You'll notice about the centre is in the orange colours is Stater, Quinton extricating her from the ruck, and she goes out to challenge Love in Flight, who looks certain to pull off a long price plunge. 50s into 16, Love in Flight, but that's Stater getting over the top of her in the final 50 metres, and running on powerfully for third was Never Over, her stablemate of the winner, and I think that might be one to follow, Never Over. Second event was the Vaucluse Welter, and a windfall for the bookies here with the success of the 9-year-old Clive Comet at 80 to 1. He defeated Holborn Court, well ridden by Ron Quinton, and third was Patira, the 3 to 1 equal favourite.
Followed by War Knight, a gap Holborn Court, and then Bistro Star at the 200 metres, and Rhinestone giving a great sight. He's just in front of Rival Planet, but here's Quinton on Holborn Court surging up. Old Clive Comet coming into it with Patira. Holborn Court's taken the lead. Clive Comet is cutting him down now. Old Clive Comet is doing far better than Holborn Court, and one for the bookies. Clive.
Third event went to Lode O Gold. He and This Century had a great battle out in front. They turned for home together, Lode O Gold on the outside, and from about the 75 metre mark, Lode O Gold was just too strong. Lunch in Paris, 2 to 1, was given every chance, battled on strongly in the straight, but never looked likely to overhaul the 2 leaders.
Lode O Gold on This Century, Hammer and Tong, 2.5 Zephyros, Lunch in Paris on the rails, the boy riding him hard, a length into Butterfly Prince and Battle at the 220, and Lode O Gold just leading This Century. In third position is Zephyros, followed by Lunch in Paris, starting to pick up the bit, but it's 2 lengths from Lode O Gold. Lode O Gold has accelerated with the 50 and has a winning break. Second is This Century, Lunch in Paris battling on, but an easy win to Lode O Gold. 2 lengths is margin on the line to This Century.
Decisive win in the end there to Lode O Gold. Fourth event, the Princess Handicap, over 2,000 metres. This is the traditional lead-up to the AJC Oaks, and an upset win here to String of Pearls, who gets a great run along the inside to edge out Nazan, turned into top Oaks trial. The unlucky runner, Look Aloft, who started favourite at 7 to 4, had nowhere to go in the straight, and you could overlook her effort.
But meeting a dead end, and Kanahoe coming into it from Watching and Nazan at the 250, and Ryacan's taken over. Look Aloft still trying to get clear. Second is Condescend. Here's Nazan and Kanahoe coming into it with Canmel, String of Pearls, the rails. Look Aloft can't get out. Nazan on the outside, and String of Pearls with Canmel. String of Pearls on the inside is doing better than Nazan and Canmel. And String of Pearls beat Nazan and Canmel, followed by Kanahoe.
The fifth event was the big one, the Doncaster Handicap. We'll show you that from the start. Went to Vite Cheval, whose win last week at Rose Hill was a great Doncaster trial, and he ran right up to that effort to defeat the Bart Cummings-trained Royal Regatta. And a sensational sequel, the runner-up protested against Vite Cheval, Wayne Harris alleging that his mount had been bumped in the straight. We'll show you the slow motion after the finish of the Doncaster.
Taken on by Albany Bay and Sunita, and over on the inside, Vivacity going smartly. Gelsomino's in the firing line, and not far back is Tulsa Knight, and a length the Row of Waves, and then He's a Warrior, Trench Digger, followed by Shifnal Prince, Royal Regatta, then Tempestuous, a length Vite Cheval, and a man third last from Ben Carr, and 3 lengths to Sovereign Chief. Racing to the first corner of the 1100, and Like a Planet headed by Sunita, third Albany Bay. Racing fourth is Gelsomino, a length and a quarter away. Next is He's a Warrior, followed by Trench Digger. Behind those horses next is Northern Reward on the rails, and then Tulsa Knight, and one further away Shifnal Prince, followed by Vite Cheval, and then Royal Regatta, Tempestuous, and on the inside Vivacity. After a length and a half to Row of Waves, and well back in the field and a man with Ben Carr, and Sovereign Chief is the tail ender. 700 out in the Doncaster, and the leader is Sunita, a half Like a Planet. 3 deep is at this stage going right around them. Gelsomino and Albany Bay on the firing line. After 1 to Tulsa Knight, Northern Reward is locked away, and then comes He's a Warrior. Trench Digger caught out pretty wide, and then Royal Regatta followed by Vite Cheval. Entering the stretch, and at the 350, Sunita just leads from Like a Planet, followed by Gelsomino. Then comes on the inside Northern Reward, and Vite Cheval putting in a charge from Royal Regatta and Tulsa Knight. It's Sunita inside the 200 in front, but Vite Cheval and Royal Regatta claim it quickly. Vite Cheval bought in a little on Royal Regatta. They've raced away. It's Vite Cheval and Royal Regatta. Vite Cheval, Royal Regatta, Vite Cheval. Vite Cheval by a nose to Royal Regatta in the Doncaster. Very tight. Then Sovereign Chief.
Queensland has performed admirably there, with Sovereign Chief running on very strongly from last on the corner to get third, and He's a Warrior, his stablemate, who didn't have a lot of room in the straight, not far away in 5th place there, to come back and run in the Elders Handicap now. This is the 6th event, the Keith Mackay Handicap. Dinky Flyer, men's here for Wayne Harris, to score from Pascherette and Deal.
2 lengths further away in the field, Belchiog from Spy. Deal starting to duck in behind Dinky Flyer and Pascherette. Pascherette is showing plenty of fight. Pascherette and Dinky Flyer a length on Deal, and forget the others headed by Spy. It's Dinky Flyer the outside and Pascherette. Nose and nose. Deal can't reach them. Dinky Flyer's going home better than Pascherette, and Dinky Flyer gets the money. Dinky Flyer.
The 7th event was the Galaxy. It went to Mr. Illusion, the New Zealander, with a flashing finish. The race changes completely in the final 100 metres or so. Novell Star looks certain to score, and he runs on very strongly out in the centre of the track. But flashing was Mr. Illusion to just gain the verdict.
By March Magic, and one behind those next is Capilano, followed by Irish Glen. A length the Novell Star, homeward bound at the 400 metres, and Aerolino being tackled for the lead by Razor Sharp. A length the Flash Dolanworth, then March Magic and Irish Glen, and behind those next on the outside comes Novell Star as they race down to the 200. Razor Sharp got the better of Aerolino. Here comes Novell Star with a smothering run on the outside, and Novell Star raced up to Razor Sharp with Mr. Illusion flying. Will he make it? Yes, he got there, Mr. Illusion.
We're going to show you now the 2 slow-mos of the main events. Firstly, the Doncaster Handicap. You'll notice the 2 out in the centre of the track making their runs together, Royal Regatta and Vite Cheval. They're very close together. That's Sunita in the lime green colours over on the inside, actually in front, but now Royal Regatta and Vite Cheval collar Sunita together. They're very close. Stewards maintain that both horses contributed to the bumping. It doesn't show up very clearly on this side on, but you can see they're very close together, and Royal Regatta fights on tenaciously. I think she actually regained the lead for a couple of strides, but Kevin Mitchell, the 56-year-old Melbourne jockey, just manages to lift Vite Cheval right on the line to get the verdict over Royal Regatta and thwart another big race win to the Bart Cummings stable. And Queenslander Sovereign Chief, a very good third. He really is a 1600 metre specialist. He's going to find it hard to peg back the sprinters in the Elders Handicap 1400 metres, but he could still pick up a big race over the winter meeting. And he's a warrior, as we mentioned. His effort was good to finish 5th. Show you now the slow motion of the Galaxy, the final stages. You'll notice Novell Star out in the middle. That's Razor Sharp in front, and the red and green colours, white cap on the inside. Here's Novell Star, Brent Thompson riding vigorously, and then Mr. Illusion, the New Zealander, right down the outside with a storming finish, nails Novell Star right on the line. Certainly wasn't Brent Thompson's day, because he was subsequently suspended for his ride on Novell Star. He's out until May the 3rd, and he's headed to England to take up a contract to ride for the Robert Sangster stable there. So unfortunately he won't have another Australian ride before he heads to Europe. But that winner, Mr. Illusion, definitely coming to Brisbane, and he's going to give the Rogerson stable a top chance to pull off their second Elders, having been successful last year with Bren Lane. Final event from Randwick was the Chairman's Handicap. Went to What a Nuisance, a most improved stayer. He's now the favourite for the Sydney Cup. He defeated No Peer and Queenslander Rock Show, very good third.
And by that point, our Cinderella's only a length and a half on No Peer. 4 English, 1 to Spring Moss, 2.5 to 3 What a Nuisance, Hawaiian Rain, then Mr. Jazz Rock Show and Fast Food, homeward bound. And they're starting to close in on our Cinderella. No Peer's quarter and past her. 2 lengths away, 2 English Wonder, and here's What a Nuisance. 220 left to go, and What a Nuisance after No Peer. Highland pulls the whip on What a Nuisance. He's almost level with No Peer. What a Nuisance on the outside, doing better than No Peer. A good margin to Rock Show and Fast Food. It's What a Nuisance in front. No Peer kicking back on the inside, but What a Nuisance has put up a superb performance to win. And What a Nuisance a half No Peer. Rock Show third, then Jack Frost.
Good win there to What a Nuisance, and as I said, he's emerged now as a clear-cut favourite for the Sydney Cup. And Rock Show, he's not in the Sydney Cup, but he's going to head back to Brisbane to be set for the Brisbane Cup, and going to be very hard to beat too on that performance yesterday in the Chairman's Handicap. Look now at the TAB information from Randwick. Double numbers, 18 and 4 paid $29.10. The treble, 5, 18 and 4, healthy dividend of $1,934.60, while the extra double from Randwick, 4 and 8, paid $317.80. That's our look at Testimony. Drew widely at the start, but speared over to lead and really careered away in the straight to score at 4-1 from King Izar and Flawian.
And then Emperor Quan, and it was followed by Pay Presto, a long way out of its ground. Testimony on the rails now, led a half length round the turn to King Izar. Taxall switched to the outside. Silky Lad ran off the track and took call so far with it. In the straight, 300 to go. He's gone for the whip on Testimony. King Izar with it, and they've raced well clear now from Florian. Testimony under the whip, doing better than King Izar. Drew about a length in front, 3 lengths length away Florian, Silky Lad, and then came Monarch Star. But Testimony's going to be untroubled in the run home and draws right away to win by about 3 lengths. Second placing King Isa, third was Florian.
The second was the St Clair Handicap. Went to Fayron, he was a joint leader at the home turn, moved away and looked set for a big win. Green Talk runs on very strongly late to put some excitement in the finish, just in front of Gold Aussie, who was prominent throughout.
Now Green Talk making a run from Seaton Vale, hard ridden into the straight, and Fayron, the leader, drew away a length and a half now from Gold Aussie. On the outside, Victorca making another run, and Green Talk out wider on the track. Melian getting to work on Fayron at the 200. It's holding a lead of a length to Gold Aussie, with Green Talk on the outside looking the danger. It's Fayron in front, Green Talk trying to wear it down, 100 to go. Fayron just the leader from Green Talk and Gold Aussie, and Fayron's going to win the money. Fayron about 3 parts of a length, probably Green Talk second, and nose to Gold Aussie, nothing between them.
Mick Mallion keeping Fayron there, going with the whip to score decisively, although Green Talk made up plenty of territory late. Third event was the Kenneth McLean Handicap. Went to Nassau Lass, well-bred youngster by Nassau, the former very smart sprinter. Harry White had Nassau Lass in front quickly and goes on to score by 2.5 lengths from Couperet.
About to go up and tackle the leaders, quite travelling well but blocked at the moment. And then Bravado Wonder round the outside, followed by Calling Katie. Into the straight, Nassau Lass holding way safely. Couperet trying to get between them, followed by Show About, and Quite also hampered for a run. Nassau Lass clear now. Couperet gets out at the 200, is out after it. Quite can't get out from the inside, and then Bravado Wonder, but Nassau Lass holding the lead with 100 to go, and Nassau Lass is actually coming away now. Couperet in second placing, but Nassau Lass wins by 2 lengths to Couperet. Nearly a dead heat third here. Bravado Wonder and Quite, they've hit it together.
Slightly rain-affected track at Caulfield yesterday, and that seemed to suit Lightning Beau, and it suited the bookies too, with Lightning Beau starting at 66 to 1 to knock out Truly Vain, who looked certain to score in the straight, but Lightning Beau went to the post too strongly to score by a long nick.
Getting onto the course now, and then Atchar, and on the inside, Dual Heritage. Truly Vain and Channel Crossing together on the corner. My Masquerade a length away. Dropping out of it is Rhythmic Rogue. Then came Atchar as they straightened Channel Crossing and Truly Vain. Channel Crossing a neck in front, 2 lengths to My Masquerade. The others are struggling, headed by Deonda, but Channel Crossing and Truly Vain are fighting it out at the 200. My Masquerade a length and a half behind them from Lightning Beau, starting to run on quickly. Truly Vain got to the lead. Lightning Beau's coming out after it like a shot on the outside. Lightning Beau's finishing very fast. It'll win. Lightning Beau's got up the win from Truly Vain and Channel Crossing.
Fifth event was the Easter Cup. It went to Pass the Baton, who sustained a long run to wear down Walk With Me. Connections were critical of Kevin Forrester's handling of Walk With Me, shooting away to a big lead from the 800 metres, but Pass the Baton was just too strong at the finish.
Millawar commencing their runs from More Rain, dropping out, and then Roche and Triumphal March still can't get out. Walk With Me 3 lengths in front into the straight from Never Late. Millawar the outside and Pass the Baton. It's got a mighty lead, Walk With Me. Pass the Baton trying hard in second place, but still 3 lengths behind from Millawar, then Triumphal March and Ross. Walk With Me getting a bit weary. Pass the Baton trying hard's reduced the lead to a length. Pass the Baton's coming all over the top of Walk With Me. Pass the Baton races to Walk With Me. They're going to the post together. Pass the Baton will outstay it. And Pass the Baton won it by a long head to Walk With Me. 4 lengths away third.
Win there to Wayne Treloar on Pass the Baton. Treloar was later suspended after this meeting yesterday. He's out until May the 5th. Sixth event was the Neeram Handicap and Path to Riches. It was a day for the horses with 3 names. Path to Riches starting at 5 to 1. Scores from Corsini, who was the leader coming to the home term, but under sufferance, Path to Riches quickly headed him off. But Corsini battled on very strongly to get second.
On the rails, Karanama, Royal Sean still having trouble getting a run. Fumarkle going around them from Island Sun, Lloyd's Chance and Prime Consul. They bunch up on the turn. Path the Riches dash to the lead now from Corsini. Then Cosmic City, Make Me Famous under the whip as they straighten. And Royal Sean has had to be eased to the outside, but well back. With 300 to go, and Path the Riches out a length and a half to Cosmic City and Star of Riviera. Corsini battling on. Fumarkle next. Royal Sean can't win. It's Path the Riches in front at the 100, hanging onto the lead by about a length and a half from Cosmic City. And Path the Riches is going on to score. Wins by about a length and a half. Corsini's come again to get second from Make Me Famous third.
Good win there to Path to Riches. Seventh event was the Trenton Handicap and a Bon Marche, a $250 buy as a yearling. proving quite a handy bargain buy, really, because he's now won in excess of $15,000 in prize money, and there's more to come judging on this performance. But I thought a good run here from the runner-up Bandy Legs, who makes up a lot of ground in the straight.
About 4 deep, going up to join the leaders. Turnpike putting in a run. Super Saddles getting checked there, and they're followed by Fast and Furious to the outside from Royal Campbell, Captain Comoran, and further back is Nymphus around the turn, and the leaders here having a good battle for the lead. Over on the outside, Port Power and a Bon Marche is immediately raced to the lead. Fast and Furious starting to run on well behind it, has gone to the inside. The leader at the 200 metre marker, Bon Marche. Fast and Furious has got up on the fence to almost join it now from Port Power, but a Bon Marche is fighting back strongly, a neck in front. The boy goes for the whip, and a Bon Marche is coming away to win. It'll score about 3 parts of a length. Close for the Miners. Very close indeed, with Bandy Legs flashing down the outside, has got into the photo.
Yes, so Bon Marche forced to cover a lot of ground coming up to the home turn, so that winning effort above average, even though the margin in the end was only 3/4 of a length. Final event from Caulfield was the Avon Handicap. Went to Gay Tulip. You'll notice him in the blue colours, just off the speed at the turn, and he defeats Unrecol Gay.
Lady putting in a run from Gay Tulip, and 2 to Raging River under pressure from Final Child, and then Unrecol Gay on the corner, and the leaders here now. Plush Princess moving up quickly to tackle Stratosphere. Wider out, Gay Tulip coming into the picture, and also so-called a lady from Robinette. Raging River looking for a run on the inside. Plush Princess the leader, but Gay Tulip's grabbing it now. They're together with the 200 to go from Robinette. Raging River trying to get through from Unrecol Gay from last with a big run. Unrecol Gay letting go at Gay Tulip, but Gay Tulip might have too big a break, and Gay Tulip's going on to win by about 3 parts of a length to Unrecol Gay. Final Child ran third.
Gay Tulip scoring in the final event from Caulfield. To look now at the double and treble information. Firstly, the double numbers 2 and 6, $116.10 the dividend. Treble combination 15, 2 and 6, paid $8,377.70, and the extra double from Caulfield 10 and 6, paid $131 neat. Well, you fancy...
Back in '78, the champagne corks were popping in Nara. A local racing syndicate really put the town on the map in recording one of racing's most popular wins with the unknown stayer Arwon, Nara spelt backwards. But 6 years down the track, syndicate members are keen to go their separate ways, and so must the 18-carat gold trophy. They offered it to Shoalhaven City Council at the bargain basement price of $7,000, an offer council refused.
I think it was the last 18-carat cup that's been made. I think since then they've all been gold-plated. And it was quite a shock that they didn't take the offer on, because I think it was a very good value.
Disappointed that no one wants to keep the cup in Nara, syndicate members have reluctantly placed it on the open market.
Yes, so it's quite an interesting story there. That's all we have in race. And what a race it turned out to be, with Emancipation and Ron Quinton victorious again. That should silence the critics who said that Sir Dapper was unlucky in the Rider Stakes. Yesterday he had his chance and the mare was just too good. But we'll start with the Baillieu Handicap. Race 1 went to Sir Etiquette. Got bookies off to a good start with the defeat of Noble Peer here at 11 to 8. Had every chance to score, I felt. Sir Etiquette in the pink sleeves, you'll notice, put in a big finish out wide on the track to challenge about the 150 metres. Although he was inclined to shift in, he was too strong for Noble Peer.
Second count, Major dropping into third position, and then comes a Radiate, and behind those Reglissimo, Beachmont and Running Game. At the 300 metres, Noble Peer just in front from Pittsburgh. A Radiate on the outsiders battling on tenaciously, and then Beachmont, Running Game and Sir Etiquette from Marfooter. Noble Peer is giving plenty, 100 to go. He's a half a Radiate. Here's Sir Etiquette burning down the outside. It's Sir Etiquette claiming Noble Peer. He ducked in a shade, but he's going home a little too well, and Sir Etiquette will win. It's Sir Etiquette, a long head, Noble Peer. Third was Marfooter.
Convincing win there to Sir Etiquette, and I think he'll score again. Noble Peer battled on pretty strongly after being headed. Second event was the Hallmark Stakes. Went to Vain Karioi, starting at 6 to 1, a little easy in the betting. Lunch in Paris battled on well, and the favourite Sprightly Knight led, but was very disappointing in the straight.
Through his star closure, and there's a mile of room for him now as Sprightly Knight has hung on the corner. Entering the stretch at the 350, and Lunch in Paris tackling Sprightly Knight to take over. Cooks had to go for the whip on star closure. Here's Validity storming down the outside with Vain Karioi and Rise. Many hopes at the 200. Sprightly Knight the first beaten. Validity has taken the lead. Vain Karioi going with him from Rise and Lunch in Paris. Vain Karioi raced just up to Validity, heads it off, and Vain Karioi goes on to win. Despite a betting blow, he's too good, Vain Karioi, and has scored from a tight finish between Validity and Lunch in Paris.
Time then for the all-age stakes, and the stage was set for an epic battle between Emancipation and Sir Dapper. That's how it turned out, a very keen battle of tactics in the early stages. Mick Dittman had Sir Dapper in front on the fence, elected to let Emancipation slide over onto the rails and then come outside her. But Sir Dapper had his chance, and Emancipation just too good.
And Emancipation at the end of 200, with Emancipation now ahead Sir Dapper. 2 lengths away is Clear Gold, racing on the inside of Tempestuous, and 2.5 to the Queenslander Sovereign Chief. Going along past the 1200 metres, and Emancipation strides to a clear-cut lead, 1.5 Sir Dapper. About 3/4 then to Tempestuous, Clear Gold on the fence, and 1.5 to Sovereign Chief. Not a lot of speed on as they travel to the first corner at the 1,000 metres, and Quinton's sitting back against Emancipation. It is a hacking speed. Emancipation to the side by 3/4 of a length on Sir Dapper, racing, of course, a horse off the rail. 1.5 away next, the New Zealander Clear Gold inside of Tempestuous, and to last of all is Sovereign Chief. Towards the 700 they go, and still it's Emancipation in front, but only 3/4 to a half length on Sir Dapper in close attendance. 2 to Clear Gold on the inside, niggled at a shade from Tempestuous, and 2.5 to Sovereign Chief. It's developing into a sprint home as they turn the corner now. And Emancipation just the leader from Sir Dapper to Tempestuous, Clear Gold and Sovereign Chief. But Dittman gives this super duper colt Sir Dapper rein. He's drawn a long neck on Emancipation, refusing to give in. These 2 mighty horses past the distance, locked together. Emancipation fighting back. It's Sir Dapper on the outside, but Emancipation doing better than Sir Dapper. 3rd Clear Gold, but the mighty mare Emancipation too good. A brilliant performance. Emancipation by a half length on the line to Sir Dapper. 3rd Clear Gold. 4th home.
Contrasting plans now likely for that pair, with Emancipation almost certain to come to Brisbane to run in the Elders Handicap at Eagle Farm, while Sir Dapper, who was mooted as the likely winner of the big 3-year-old races here in May, is now more than likely going to head straight to stud. He, of course, was injured in that race yesterday, sustained a bad cut behind the knee, and it seems at this stage that Connections will vote to send him straight to stud without another start. 4th event from Randwick was the Sam Horden Handicap, and a good win here to Futuristic, who makes up plenty of ground late and goes to the post very generously.
Golly, he's coming fast, this colt, and Futuristic raced past Yellow Prince and Starius, and Futuristic with Young Payne riding hard is much too good. Futuristic 1.5 to Starius. 3rd was Yellow Prince, followed by Forest Fell.
And we went to the Sydney Cup, 3,200 metres, always a very testing affair, and yet another big race win to Bart Cummings when Trissaro came from second last, passing the winning post the first time to score comfortably from Our Shout and Alibi, the Tommy Smith's trained pair.
Court was away speedily, followed closely by Alibi, and then Our Shout and Spring Moss. A length of Fast Food, and then comes Admiral Flash, and wider out on the track is Stylish Dude. Not far away is Admiral Lincoln, then Hey Isle, Veloso copped a check. On the inside is Gaude Amus, and then comes What a Nuisance, Bronze Lord. Now Veloso is 3rd last from Trissaro, and Jack Frost is the tail ender. Coming around the home corner the first time, and Dittman had taken Alibi to the lead by about 1.5 on Fountain Court. Kiamare on the outside, and moving up very quickly Spring Moss, and Harris trying to find a posse on Our Shot. 1.5 then to Fast Food, travelling between Stylish Dude wide and Admiral Flash on the rails. A length to Gaude Amus on the inside of Admiral Lincoln, and Hey 3 and 4 deep from Bronze Lord. Then What a Nuisance with 3 behind him as they come to the judge, Veloso, Trissaro and Jack Frost. At the winning post now with a round to go, and Spring Moss is the leader. A length on Kiamare pulling. 3rd is Hey 4th Alibi on the fence, and then comes Our Shout, 1 out now. Fountain Court next on the inside of another New Zealander, namely Stylish Dude. Then Fast Food around Admiral Flash, a length Gaude Amus. Then comes Admiral Lincoln, Bronze Lord from What a Nuisance, 1 off the rails, a couple Veloso, 2nd last Trissaro, and Jack Frost whips them in. 1,800 metres to go, and Void has taken Hey to the lead, and Hey establishes a break of 1.5 on Kiamare. On the rails, 3rd is Spring Moss after 1 to Our Shout and Alibi. Then Stylish Dude. Further back is Fast Food from Fountain Court, and then Admiral Flash making some ground over Admiral Lincoln and Gaude Amus from Bronze Lord. What a Nuisance, 4th last from Veloso, Trissaro, and a length to Jack Frost. Admiral Flash, one of the roughies, has gone to the lead as they head into the back straight, and going to the 1,400 metres. It's Admiral Flash by 2 lengths now on Hey, a length and a half to Spring Moss, Kiamare the outer. Then Stylish Dude and Our Shout after a length. The Fast Food whizzing around them from Alibi, Fountain Court. What a Nuisance taking closer order, followed by Gaudeamus and Bronze Lord behind those horses. And Fountain Court getting shuffled back a shade as they jostle a little from Admiral Lincoln in that pack of horses now. About 2 then to Trissaro, Veloso, and about 4 lengths to Jack Frost. Racing onto the far corner at the 950 metres. And it's Admiral Flash showing out a half length on Fast Food. A length and a half away, third is High, followed by Spring Moss and just over 1 to Our Shot. Then comes Kiamare, further back Stylish Dude, Alibi shuffled back from What a Nuisance. Trissaro making a little bit of leeway, and then Fountain Court, Bronze Lord, Gaudeamus well back in the field with Admiral Lincoln, Veloso, and Jack Frost is last. The Sydney Cup field travels to the corner, and here Admiral Flash joined and headed by Fast Food. A length the High third, Our Shot racing fourth and wide at Trissaro. Behind those horses next is Kiamare as they enter the straight, and Spring Moss dropping out of it, and What a Nuisance the widest runner, 300 to go. Our Shot's race to the lead. On the outside here is Trissaro. Trissaro grabs Our Shot in the twinkling of an eye and strode clear, and inside the distance in the Cup it's Trissaro racing away. It's about a length and a half to the good of Our Shot, followed by Alibi moving into third position, but here's another biggie for Bart Cummings. Trissaro, ridden by Johnny Marshall, wins the Sydney Cup in a breeze. Trissaro from Our Shot. Third home was Alibi, followed by Fast Food.
AJC Stewart subsequently suspended Mick Dittman for his ride on Alibi for having caused interference at the 600 metres, so Dittman will miss the early part of the Brisbane Winter Carnival, but I'm sure he'll be back bigger and better than ever around about May the 19th. It was a pretty dismal day for Mick with the defeat of Sir Dapper and that suspension, but one ray of sunshine was his success on Pleasant Star in the Frank Packer Plate, starting 13 to 8 on favourite, and scores very easily from Sabre Dancer.
Essential Wage Freeze on the outside, and then Good Tonic. It's Pleasant Star, 250 to race by a length on Sabre Dancer. Dittman getting stuck into Pleasant Star. It's safely holding Sabre Dancer under the whip. 2.5 to Good Tonic, but Pleasant Star, he was pretty short in the market, but he's running right up to those odds. He's a mile too good. Sabre Dancer second. Great go for third. Windwell Lad will get it, but Pleasant Star, the first favourite, salutes. Pleasant Star from Sabre Dancer and Windwell Lad.
Seventh event was the Welter. It went to March Magic. You'll notice him on the home turn pretty wide, about 4 deep on the corner, but sprints quickly to get away from them, and Elroy makes up plenty of territory late to get second. Very consistent galloper Elroy, and he should soon break through again.
A length to Artist Man, Go Lindy, and then comes Elroy and King Rip, and a good margin away to Busby Prince as they straighten. At Auto Gold is last. On top of the rise at the 300 metres, March Magic Whiteout is after the early leader, Honest Promise. In third position, dashing the Saltier, but March Magic's kicked away. Here's Elroy finally getting warmed up, followed by Artist Man. March Magic has pinched 2 lengths on Elroy, however. March Magic showing no signs of stopping. Elroy's not going to pick him up, and March Magic right back into top form wins today. It's March Magic by a length and a quarter, Elroy. Third Artist Man, a good run, and then came on.
Final event was the Carr Handicap, went to Melamber. Storming finish down the outside to defeat Fancy Free, whose effort I thought was very good. Trapped wide from an awkward barrier draw and battled on very strongly after being headed to be beaten only 1 1/4 lengths.
Game Mime now, and sweeping the home corner, Game Mime racing out after Light and Lively, now joins her. A length away third, Fancy Bree running a race, followed by Skittish, and then I Like Roses. And here's Autumn Splendour coming down the outside with Melamber and Labilla. Fancy Bree's taken the lead. On the outside, coming out of Melamber, followed then by on the inside Autumn Splendour, his history, but Melamber races up to Fancy Bree to head her off, and she's charging away, and down to the line goes Melamber to win a length. Fancy Breeze second, Autumn Splendour third, then came...
They were the 8 events from the Randwick card yesterday. We'll do the double and treble information first, then we'll go back and have a look at the AJC Derby and the Oaks run earlier in the week. Firstly, the double numbers from Randwick, 2 and 5, paid $95.50, a healthy dividend there, and the treble numbers, 5, 2 and 5, the dividend $1,069.30, and the extra double from Randwick, 2 and 7, paid $39.10. You heard race caller Ian Craig say at the finish of the Sydney Cup, another biggie to Bart Cummings when Trissaro scored last Monday at Randwick. He also landed the AJC Derby with Prolific, who's been a very consistent 3-year-old, and he's going to come to Queensland now to run in the races here and try for our Triple Crown.
50 to run, and Admiral Flash shows the way. In second, Posse as they swing, coming around the corner is Admiral Flash, now leading from Pleasant Star. On the outside, here is Alibi. Alibi looms up, and Alibi Allies race to the lead. Second posse taken on the outside by Prolific coming into it, then Bounty Hawk and Beechcraft. Alibi in front, but Prolific claims him immediately. And Prolific with Marshall riding hard, a length on Bounty Hawk. Alibi on the inside, sticking on clear of Beechcraft. But Prolific is going to win the Derby.
Win there to Prolific, and as I mentioned, he's coming straight to Queensland for what is going to be a very, very big carnival. Then it was Oaks Day at Randwick on Wednesday, and it was turn for the New Zealanders with La Souvronne defeating her former stablemate Mapley Heights in a very strong staying performance.
On the outside used the space, and then comes Eastern Temple to Casier, followed by Sunita and Mapley Heights right down the outside, and then La Souvronne looking for room. Kanahoe comes to the distance at the 200, about 2.5 Sunita and Mapley Heights, followed by La Souvronne. Kanahoe is stopping Mapley Heights and Sunita, and look aloft on the outside. Kanahoe grabbed by Mapley Heights, but La Souvronne will beat them all. And La Souvronne's won the Oaks.
They were the two classic races from the Randwick Autumn Carnival. We'll take a break now in Sports Inn and come back and have a look at the Sandown meeting.
The Highland Ranger and Rapier Knight, and then March of Morn. The others have dropped out, but Rue D'Or 8 in front, coming to the last inside the 200. He draws to it. He's getting very weary in front, draws to it. He's over at about 4 or 5 lengths in front of Rapier Knight and then Highland Ranger. He's stopping. He's about 2 in front. Highland Ranger's flying to it, but he won't get there. And Rue D'Or's going to lead all the way to win by 1.5 lengths to Highland Ranger. A length away third, Rapier Knight, 3 lengths in.
Second event was the Surround Handicap, and quite obviously the favourite Nassau Lass didn't appreciate the soft conditions yesterday. She tired very badly in the straight. The dead heaters here were Wilga Girl and Allflower, who both swept to the lead together about 100 metres out, and in a deceptive finish the judge couldn't split them.
Further back, this leader, Nassau Lass, having trouble getting away from Meteor Lady, and Allflower starting to run on, and then Coogee Lass and Wilga Girl. Inside the 200, Nassau Lass is not finding anything. Wilga Girl now getting in a sprint with Allflower, race to the lead. It's Wilga Girl and Allflower. Allflower going home a bit the better on the outside as they get near the line. They're hitting it together. Maybe Allflower's just won it from Wilga Girl. In third placing then was Meteor Lady. Nassau Lass disappointed, weakening to be fourth.
Quite a tricky angle, the camera there, the dead heat between Wilga Girl and Allflower. Third event was the Shannon Handicap, went to Lord Mop, nicely handled, switched around the 2 leaders after straightening and went on to score very easily.
Quite easily on the outside to go to the front, and he's taken the lead with Consula's Pride and Tigertron starting to run on pretty strongly with 2:50 to go, and Lord Mop is clear. However, he's more than 2 lengths in front of Tigertron, Consula's Pride, long way back Sin Louis, but a beautiful ride by Bobby Skelton. He is going to land Lord Mop an easy winner. Scores by about 2.5 lengths. Second Tigertron, third Consula's Pride, long gap further back to Sin Louis, Great Actor, followed by Flight Hostess and then Firmament.
Punters were off the mark in the fourth event with the success here of Roses for You at 15 to 1. Had a big lead about the 300 metres mark. Plush Princess sustains a long run to cut the margin down to 3/4 a length on the line without really threatening to take over.
Home strongly, and so is See Me Soon. Roses for You 3.5 in front of the 200. Plush Princess starting to pick it up on the outside, followed further back by See Me Soon. Roses for You still 2 in front. Plush Princess I don't think's going to get it. It's run in behind it, and Roses for You clear near the line, and Roses for You is going to lead all the way and win from Plush Princess. Third placing has gone to See Me Soon, just in front of Surikay the outside.
Fifth event was the Chesterfield Handicap, and Mighty Avenger was handy at the home turn. It was always in command in the straight to score from Fast and Furious. The margin here 3.5 lengths.
The Mighty Avenger about to challenge. Fast and Furious getting through from Silver Cossack. Under the whip, Barnstorming is plodding on down the outside, and then Wise Call, and King Phoenix is well back. Born Free headed by Mighty Avenger with 200 to go. It's raced away now from Fast and Furious, Born Free, and then came Etiquette, and Mighty Avenger is going to win in a canter. Scores by a good 3 lengths to Fast and Furious. King Phoenix on the outside is going to get up and run third in front of Born Free, Barnstorming, and then Etiquette. Wise Call further back from Silver Cossack.
Smart youngster on display here in the 6th event, Testimony, starting at 13 to 8 on favourite, and really never seriously threatened in the straight. Hands and heels to score by 4 lengths from Heavenly Magic.
Over a length to Heavenly Magic, and they've cleared away from Florian, followed then behind those horses by Vexotic, running on pretty well. But Testimony's striding out well now. He's got it well won. He's out about 2.5 lengths to Heavenly Magic. A long gap further back is So Beyond, but Testimony's going on to score by about 3 or 4 lengths. Heavenly Magic will run second. So Beyond kept going, will get third just in front of Vexotic, then Gothic Steeple, followed by Floor Ian. Behind them was Advisor, and then
Seventh event was the McAllister Handicap, went to Bute Street, starting again at 15 to 1, so another one for the bookies. And he was on the inside just at the home turn, dashed right away, scores by 3 lengths from Royal Steel.
Getting a good run through is Jark's Choice out after the leaders, and then Royal Steel. But Bute Street well clear with 300 to go. Royal Steel and Scorpio Prince trying very hard but making no impression on Bute Street. Royal Steel running into second place from Scorpio Prince, but Bute Street well clear with about 100 to go. And Bute Street's going on to win it, and win it quite well by about 2.5 lengths to Royal Steel. Scorpio Prince third. Ollie's Decree.
Arctic Wolf very heavily back to win the final event, 9 to 4 into 6 to 4, and always looked as though she was going to win. Just at the finish, Fayron made a late lunge to make the margin only a half head, but Arctic Wolf outside the lead at the home turn, dashes away. And I thought Fayron's effort was quite good. You can see the conditions getting pretty murky by the last.
Arctic Wolf dashes to the lead. Green Talk struggling on behind them with Fayron. They're running on fairly. Arctic Wolf well clear with 200 to go. About 3 lengths to Fayron and Green Talk, followed by Alcatrice. Arctic Wolf getting a bit wary. Fayron pegging it back near the line, but Arctic Wolf might have too big a break. It's still a neck in front. Fayron trying very hard. Arctic Wolf still in front, and Arctic Wolf just won it from Fayron. Green Talk a length away third. Quiet conversation.
But now at the TAB information from Sandown yesterday, numbers were 1 and 14, $306.40. You can see it was a day for the outsiders. The treble combination 4, 1 and 14 paid $2,933.30. There should be a few happy punters around. And the extra double from Sandown, these are the favourites. 1 and 2 paid $5.40.
Number 1 there, Althea, going in. She'll be in there possibly 3 minutes or so before they go off, wearing the white bridle that Wayne Lucas's horses always wear, simply so he can recognize them. That was Roger Shark going in. There's number 4, Bear Hunt, down from New York, was second in the Wood Memorial. Number 12 there, So Vague. He's going to go to the Epsom Derby in England after this if all goes well. Now 1A, Life's Magic. So Vague, by the way, had the female jockey Patty Cooksey, only the second woman to ride in the Kentucky Derby. There's number 6 right there. That is Valley Time, winner of the Hollywood Futurity, winner of almost $1 million in his lifetime, by the way. And now moving in quickly, number 5, Fight Over, another New York horse. Had a good work the day before yesterday, and his trainer, John Paracella, is very high on him. Number 6, Valley Time now from California, going in. Number 13 in there is Bedouin. Now we got 14, Rexon's Hope. He comes from way out of it and turned in a good account of himself in the Flamingo and in the Tampa Bay Derby. Number 7 is Taylor Special, winner of the Bluegrass and Louisiana Derby, one of the favorites. Number 8 is Silent King, comes from 25 behind, Bill Shoemaker on his back. Number 2, Van Landingham, named after a hermit in Arkansas who lives on Cox's Ridge. Number 15 there, we have Secret Prince, another New York horse. Number 9 going in now, At the Threshold. Now the auxiliary gate, remember, it takes 2 gates to load these horses. Number 10 going in there is Swale. Swale in the first stall. Number 16 is Majestic Shore. Time now to go up to our caller of this race, Mike Battaglia. Mike?
Thank you, Jim McKay, and the horse is loading very well. Deluxe the Indian now in there. There we see Pine Circle. Up on the outside, Coates Meet Chad waiting for Gate Dancer and we'll be ready for a start. There at the post. Gate Dancer hesitates a little. He's in. All standing well. And they're off. Breaking for the lead from the rail, it's Althea with Bear Hunt on the outside. Up in the center of the track, it's a Swale. Between horses, Van Landingham, Biloxi Indian is next. Down along the inside, Raja Sharp. Down the stretch for the first time, Althea leads at a half length. Bear Hunt second half. Swale is third by a length. Van Landingham fourth ahead. Biloxi Indian is a fifth. Fight Over is sixth by a half length. Valley Time seventh ahead. Taylor Special eighth by a head. Down along the inside, Raja Shark is next. Up from the rail, that's At the Threshold, gaining ground. Then on the extreme outside, Majestic Shore. Length to Secret Prince. Onto the back stretch, Althea leads it by a length and a half. Swale takes second ahead. On the inside, Bear Hunt third ahead. Biloxi Indian fourth ahead. Fight Over is now fifth by a length. Between horses, Van Landingham sixth ahead. At the Threshold, seventh ahead. Valley Time eighth, a half length. Taylor Special on the outside is next, followed by Raja's Shark. They're moving for the turnout. Thea has ahead in front. Swale is second by a length, fight over third ahead. Biloxi Indian is fourth, Bear Hunt fifth a length. At the threshold is gaining ground on the inside in sixth. Also gaining ground from the inside, it's Life's Magic. They're midway through the turn and Swale gets the lead, has it by a length and a half. On the inside, Althea second by a head. Gaining ground on the outside, here comes At the Threshold. They're into the stretch. It's Swale in front by two. In the center of the track, fight over. On the outside, it's At the Threshold. Coax Me Chad now takes fourth. Then it's Life's Magic. On the extreme outside, Gate Dancer with Valley Time. They're nearing the finish. It's all Swale. He's there by 4 lengths. On the outside, Coax Me Chad second. At the wire, it's Swale winning the Derby. Gets it by 3 lengths. Finishing second, Coax Me Chad. It's a photo for third. Taylor's correction. At the Threshold was right there with Gate Dancer. And on the inside, Pine Circle, very, very close for third. But the winner is Swale. And back to you, Jim McKay.
What a story. There's Woody Stevens in the director's room. Congratulations to you, Woody. Billy Reed from the Louisville paper in there with him. There is the winning horse, Swale, number 10. And for the first time, Lafitte Pincay Jr., one of the great jockeys of all time, has won the Kentucky Derby. On his 11th try, Lafitte Pincay has won. You saw a tearful Woody Stevens in there, and an emotional, straining winter he has had. Out of the hospital just for an hour or so. Woody, everyone's so happy for you. As he listens, now he's going to leave and go back right to his hospital bed. But there is Swale, a son of the great Seattle Slew. Seattle Slew, his daddy, of course, won the Triple Crown. Can Swale do it? It's kind of ironic. We may be able to have a word with Lafitte. Lafitte, can you hear me? Lafitte, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
And you tell me what's in your mind right now. You finally won the Derby.
I tell you, I can't believe it. When I went by the wire, I thought I was dreaming, I tell you.
Did you have any trouble in the race? It looked like a pretty easy run for you.
What did he say?
Any trouble?
No, no trouble at all. He just ran perfect today.
Well, Lafitte, it should have happened a long time ago, but you've got it now. I know it's a great prize for you.
Thank you.
Lafitte Pincay Jr. on Swale. Let's have another look at the stretch run here. There is Swale well in front as they come down. Nobody really challenging him at all. This, by the way, is a new development of ABC Sports. It is our super sharp slow motion. In other words, it's slow motion as you've seen it, except notice that the picture is absolutely clear. Normally slow motion is kind of blurred as you look at it. However, the point is to show you what happened in the race. The 3 horses fighting for second, and we are going to have a photo there. It was too close to call. No question, however, about the winner. Swale will now not, from what we are told, go on to the Preakness. His owners at Claiborne Farm, remember this is the first victory for Claiborne after about 85 years of trying to win the Derby. Only the 4th horse they've had in the Derby, as a matter of fact. His owners have said he will not go to the Preakness, but will wait for the Belmont. We'll see if that's true. Maybe we can ask them when they come up here for an interview in just a little bit. Swale, the winner. Looks like 1B. I think what Life's Magic was in. No, 18. Coax Me Chad got in there. 18. Coax Me Chad, one of the field horses. But then that again is the winner. And now they have put it up. Coax Me Chad was second. Number 9 At the Threshold was third. Another long shot, and we'll be back.
I'm John McDonnell, ringmaster of Royal American 3-Ring Circus.
Race was the Power Hotel Stakes. Unfortunately, the big prize went south with the victory of the Sydney filly Sanita, and Riverdale, a very close second, almost gave Gavin Duffy another big race win. The opening event from Doomben yesterday was the Mooloolaba Handicap for the 2-year-olds. Went to High Sport. Pretty convincing win this too. Glenn Killen settled him off the speed yesterday behind Copenhagen, and he was much too good for Copenhagen at the finish. The favourite Dark Cascade, a little disappointing, but I think he'll be better suited over more ground.
High Sport settling third, Irish Abbey fourth, and then Colebrook, followed by Super Nugget on the inside of Step Proudly, and Prince Pageant in the centre there. A length and a half to Dark Cascade, who's getting well back. back with Royal Tiffany, Capnos, Tatton, Little Britain, Jupiter's Moon is last. Coming down the side, 700 metres to go by G's Flying Copenhagen. He's raced away from them. He's 3 lengths in front of High Sport and a Negaway third, Red Pocket on the inside. Then Irish Abbey, Super Nugget, Prince Pageant, Step Proudly, Dark Cascade, Coldbrook, then Royal Tiffany, Tatton, Little Britain, Capnos, and Jupiter's Moon is last of all. Copenhagen's well clear. They're swinging around the home turn. Copenhagen, 3 lengths in front of High Sport. Red Pocket, a length and a half away third, followed by Irish Abbey. Dark Cascade to the outside, running on fairly well, and Prince Pageant's putting in a big run. Copenhagen's in front. He's starting to stop now. High Sport swept up on the outside to go to the lead, and he's got it shot to pieces, High Sport. He's careering away from them, and he's going to win it easily. High Sport's going to the line to win by 3 lengths. High Sport first, Copenhagen second, Prince Pageant third.
Neville, the rider of the runner-up Copenhagen was subsequently suspended until May the 16th for interference at the 1,000 metres mark. But that suspension won't take effect until after tomorrow's meeting at Doomben. But it's bad luck for all because he's really been in fine form of late. Second event was the Townsville International Graduation, and Veiled Report, the heavily backed odds-on favourite, successful here from Roman Knight and Polished Bronze.
Polished Bronze is showing a lot of speed, going up to vie for the lead. Roman Knight, Fast Blood now getting back, then Grand and Happy, Plum Lucky, Callaghan, King Crew, Eulandra. Nerodama's back second last, and Wing Clippers last. 750 metres to go. Polished Bronze in the centres, race to the front now, but taken on by Roman Knight. Paint the Town Red, a length and a half away third, and Veiled Report is travelling beautifully fourth in the box seat on the outside. Another length then to Grand and Happy, then Quito Girl. She's got back to midfield, then Eulandra, Callaghan, Fast Blood. Further back, Plum Lucky on the outside. King Crew's going forward, then Wing Clipper. Nerodama's last of all. Coming around to the home turn, 400 metres left to go, and the leader Polished Bronze just in front of Roman Knight, who's loomed up to go to the lead on the outside. Veiled Report popped the big question now. He's coming home strongly. Then Grand and Happy, Paint the Town Red, Quito Girl, Eulandra and Callaghan. Veiled Report's going out after the leader as they come down past the 200 metre mark. Veiled Report has taken the lead from Roman Knight. The boy dropped his whip on Roman Knight. He's hitting him with his hand, but it's not going to do him much good because Veiled Report's too strong, and Veiled Report's going to the line to beat Roman Knight. Veiled Report first, Roman Knight second, third. I think Polished Bronze just in front of Quito Girl, Wing Clipper and Grand.
Tradesman-like win there to Veiled Report. I don't know that he's up to Elder's handicap standard on that performance, but I feel he'll improve, and I think he might be looking for more ground now. We'll show you the slow motion. Wayne Wilson in the core mentioned that Neville All dropped his whip on Roman Knight, and you'll see this in the slow motion. About the 250 metres mark, there's All just going for the whip on Roman Knight in the black colours in the middle, and you see here as Veiled Report goes up on the outside, All drops the whip at that point, and he has to resort to slapping the horse down the shoulder with his hand. But Veiled Report on the outside, I felt had the measure of Roman Knight at that point, and Ald was able to keep the horse going with his hand down the shoulder, and it certainly didn't affect the result. Veiled Report too strong. Over the final stages, he was getting away from Roman Knight, and I thought the effort of third place, get a Polished Bronze over on the inside, was good at his first start after a break, but Veiled Report clearly too good for Roman Knight and Polished Bronze on the day. Quito Girl finishing fourth there. Third event was the Pacific Hotel Handicap, and it went to the outsider Co in the green colours. That's him jump from barrier 2. Gavin Duffy settles him just back midfield. Lord Bijou, the favourite, second at this stage, had every chance, and Co was too strong at the finish.
A little bit wide in the early stages. Co getting back along the rails, grey zone midfield. There's Bush Soul going very fast, running up into about third place as they go onto the first bend. Spander's getting back with Big Fern Verminos, and Hot Diggity immediately drops to the rear. Spring Pride's about midfield, but caught very wide. Bush Soul is pulling his way to the lead, 1,200 metres to go, leads by a length and a half on Dashing Dancer. Special to Me, 3 deep in third place on the outside of Charles Hydeseek, the centre, and Lord Bijou over on the rails, a length and a half Star of the Night. Then Noble Claudius, Spring Pride is still out very wide, Co over on the inside, and then Spander, Charles Hydeseek. Further back in the field then came Grey Zone, Hot Diggity, and Verminos is back near the rear. As they come onto the bend at the 800 now, and the leader, it's Bush Soul. He's almost 2 lengths in front of Dashing Dancer, and Special to Me going up strongly on the outside. Another length and a half then to Lord Bijou, followed by Charles Hydeseek in the centre. Spring Pride is out a little bit wide. Big Fern is putting in a burst. He's going up, but very wide. Then Spander. Noble Claudius is next, and then Star of the Night, who's been shuffled back through the field. Over on the inside, Co, then Verminos, Grey Zone, and Hot Diggity's last. They're fairly tightly packed as they swing around the home turn. Bush Soul about a half length in front of Special to Me. Dashing Dancer third on the inside, then Lord Bijou coming home gamely. Co going for a run in the centre. Star of the Night down the outside with Charles Heidsieck. Bush Sold in front, but tackled by Lord Bijou out in the middle. Co's getting through on the inside. Co's coming hard at Lord Bijou. Star of the Night on the extreme outside, but Co has taken the lead and hard ridden over the final stages. He's drawing clear to win it easily. Co first, Lord Bijou second, Star of the Night third.
And for the bookmakers there, with the success of Co at 33 to 1, his first win for a couple of years, and he had to defeat a favourite, Lord Bijou. Fourth event, the Runaway Bay graduation, and Yutney, Graham Island's final day riding before retirement. Yutney drew one barrier, and just a desperate finish to score in a very deceptive photo, and a wonderful finish to a great career for Graham Island.
Wyden is going very fast, running to the lead. Oh, one in trouble there. Avon's Mark copped a check, and Sprite Light hit the running rail. He almost came down, and Rangong's Pride was badly interfered with as well. Prime Walker's taken the lead, heading into the back, 1,200 metres to go, leads by a length on Montpellier Prince. Cannon Shots pulling a bit in third place, followed by Grey Diver, nicely placed, and there's Herbaceous going fast on the outside. Lord Woden next on the rails, a length then to Yutney, followed by Valorous, Halloran, Avon's Mark, worst in midfield on the inside. 2 lengths further back, Red Mountain, and then Latin Myth Power Shaft, followed by Rapid Ring, who's well back in the field. Rangong's Pride and Sprite Light is last. 800 metres left to go. Herbaceous has gone to the front now. Herbaceous leads by a length. Second, Prime Walk. Montpellier Prince and Neckaway third on the outside. Then Cannon Shots, Grey Diver. Lord Woden picking up ground in the centre. Then Yutney, followed by Valorous, Halloran. Avon's Mark giving them a long start. Then Red Mountain, Latin Myth. Further back, Power Shaft, Rangong's Pride on the outside of Rapid Ring, and Sprite Light's last. Onto the home turn, 450 metres out. Herbaceous is the leader. He's kicked away from them. He's 2 in front of Montpellier Prince as they flatten for the run-in. Prime Walk third on the inside, then Cannon Shots. Lord Woden to the outside. He's coming home strongly, followed by Yutney and Grey Diver. Valorous to the extreme outside. Avon's Mark's giving them a long start, and then Halloran. 200 metres left to go. Lord Woden's taken the lead from Herbaceous. Yutney on the outside, trying hard to pick up these leaders. Lord Woden's just in front of Herbaceous. Yutney's coming at them on the outside. Give him a kick, Graham. He might get there. They hit it. Oh, gee, it's close. It's tight between Yutney and Lord Woden. There's not much in it at all. Herbaceous probably third. Followed in then by... I
think Wayne Wilson echoed the sentiments of everyone at Doomben yesterday when he said, give him a kick, Graham, you might get there. And Graham gave him the kick, and Yutney got there. The judge, Ed Kelly, estimated the winning margin at 3/8 of an inch. So Graham Island had to sweat out a very long photo delay. And then Gavin Duffy, the rider of fourth place, get a Cannon Shots, protested against both the winner, Yutney, and the runner-up, Lord Woden. The protest against the winner dismissed, but the protest against Lord Woden upheld, and Cannon Shots was moved up a peg to third. Lord Woden relegated to fourth place. We'll show you now the slow motion of the final stage. That's Lord Woden in the green colours, one off the inside. Coming at him on the outside with Graham Island wielding the whip in devastating style is Yutney, and just inside Yutney is Cannon Shots in the green with Gavin Duffy trying to slice between Lord Woden and Yutney. You can see Cannon Shots just threw his head in the air then. He was accidentally struck over the head with the whip, and Lord Woden, shifting away from the inside, forces Duffy to check Cannon Shots, and this certainly cost him third place, and in Duffy's opinion cost him first place. But Yutney on the outside getting the photo verdict from Lord Woden, and Cannon Shots in fourth place. As we mentioned, his protest against Lord Woden was upheld, and Ken Russell was subsequently fined $200 for allowing Lord Woden to shift ground coming towards the winning post. A lot of interest, Queensland interest, in a sale in Sydney on Friday when horses owned by Gold Coast businessman Cliff Hill were offered at auction. Unfortunately, a lot of the horses weren't sold. Fortunately for Queensland, that is, that they're coming back here. Lady Luster, the principal one, and we caught up with Eric Kerwin at Doomben yesterday, and he gave us some of the details of that sale and plans for some of the horses. Eric, a lot of interest in the dispersal sale of the Cliff Hill stock in Sydney on Friday. What actually did eventuate down there?
Oh, but it really turned out a fizzle, really. There was 5 sold for not much money. The top of the 5 brought 35,000. A couple brought 25s, and the other 2 were sold for 5,000.
The one we're really interested in, Lady Luster, is she heading back to Queensland?
Yeah, she was passed in 150,000, but Cliff Hill wanted more than that for her. She's coming back to Queensland, but she won't be racing during the carnival. She's going for a spell and come back in the spring.
What about the rest of the Hill-owned horses coming back to your stable?
Yes, there's another 5 came well, there's 6 arrived back in my stables today. Sir Palomar, Mr. Motown, Fire Bay, Al Mandlin.
She's interesting, Fire Bay, last start winner and very impressive. What's she going to run in now?
She'll probably run in graduations, particularly fillies and mares graduations, I'd say.
Are you going to step her up in distance?
Yes, I will. So I think she'll get a bit of ground.
OK, well, you've got a very nice team of young horses, particularly with the return of those youngsters owned by Cliff Hill, and also you've got one coming from New Zealand.
Yeah, I've got a horse coming over called Swift Zephyr. He's won, I think, 3 out of his last 4 over there, owned by Valkyrie Stud. And they're sending him over on the 15th of May to get ready for the Elders and the Doom 100,000.
Eric Kerwin there, the trainer of Lady Lustre, and soon to be the trainer of that New Zealand sprinter, Swift Zephyr. We'll take a break now in Sports Scene, and after this break we'll come back and continue our Doomben review and look at the big one, the Power Hotels break. Gamely scoring here from Riverdale. That's Anita in the green colours, goes straight to the lead, and she wasn't never headed.
Royal Deal began nicely. Vite Cheval is up in a squeeze box in the early stages. He went up into about 4th place. Things were pretty tight running onto that first corner. Albany Bay going to the lead now, leads narrowly. Sunita on the inside, Royal Deal's a length and a half away, 3rd. 4th on the inside, Riverdale, and then on Grand Vitesse, followed by Vite Cheval, who's caught a little bit wide at the moment. Bring Home picking up ground in the centre. The favourite's out 3 deep, Vite Cheval. Another length and a half to Galaxy Gal, followed by Smokey's Claude, Old Currency on the inside, and then Lauderdale, New Bliss and Fossiger's last. As they run along the back, 1,000 metres to go. Sunita's making the speed in front. She's travelling beautifully. Sunita a neck in front of Albany Bay, and Riverdale a beautiful 3rd on the rails. A half length then to Royal Deal, followed by Vite Cheval on the outside of On Grand Vitesse, and Bring Home still there in the centre, keeping the favourite deep. Old Currency's next on the inside of Galaxy Gal and Smokey's Claude. Then New Bliss, Lauderdale and Fossiger's last. Coming down the side, just short of 600 metres to go. And Albany Bay loomed up on the outside of Sunita, and they're going stride for stride at the moment. Riverdale coming away from the rails. Duffy's making his move now, followed by Royal Deal. Further back then Bring Home, and then Vite Cheval, who's spotting the leader about 6 lengths as they come around the corner. Then On Grand Vitesse and Old Currency flattening for the run home. Riverdale's dashed up quickly on the outside, and he's hit the front. Sunita's battling on gamely, followed by Royal Deal. Next to the outside is Bring Home, and Vite Cheval's going for a run in the centre, but he's struggling a bit. Riverdale and Sunita. Sunita's fighting back on the inside. She's just in front. They're going to fight it out, Sunita and Riverdale. Sunita's just in front of Riverdale. They're drawing to the line. They hit it. Sunita's just beaten Riverdale. Bring Home 3rd. 4th in Royal Deal.
Desperate finish there with Sunita and Terry Duckett. Just a little too strong for Riverdale. We'll show you the slow motion and the run to the first turn, and there's a lot of buffeting going on just behind the leaders here. We're not going to show you the slow motion. We're up to race 6. This is the Qantas Novice. Yes, we are going to show the slow motion. Sunita's in front, and that's Riverdale on the fence directly behind her. And you'll notice Duffy in all sorts of trouble here. Actually, he's got Riverdale turned sideways to try and avoid the fence. Outside him is Grand Vitesse, and further out Vite Cheval, who's really copping the worst of it because he was in the squeeze box there, copping pressure from the inside and the outside. But Riverdale in heaps of bother here. Fortunately, I think it was the skill of Duffy that prevented a more serious incident here. Riverdale eventually finished in the box seat, but I'm certain that early buffeting didn't assist his chances because he had to do a lot of fighting to hold off those outside horses. So his effort to finish second was first-class Riverdale, and he's going to be hard to beat next week in the Queensland Guineas. Perhaps he and the Duff will make amends there. We are now up to race 6, the Qantas Novice, and this is a big win from the Adelaide 3-year-old Romantic Red.
Tristram's Destiny. Torvik's going fast, vying for the lead, and there's one spearing through in the centre. It's Golden Feet hitting the front now. Golden Feet just in front of Mannon Street. Black Roman's going up very fast on the outside. He's about 4 deep but running to the lead now. Casino Road settling about 5th on the inside of Dusty Summer and Civic Centre. Then Torvik, who's drifted back to midfield. Romantic Red next on the outside. Then New Topic. A couple of lengths to Principides, followed on the rails then by Noble Suva, and then Sweet Legend, who's got well back 5th last in fact, just in front of Mossman, Champagne Honey, and down towards the rear of the field at this stage is Batola Laddie, and one over on the inside there is Tristram's Destiny. Black Roman's a clear-cut leader, 600 metres out, leads by a length and a half on Romantic Red, striding up to second on the outside. Dusty Summers there in the centre, over on the inside Golden Feet, and then Civic Centre, Mannon Street, Torvik, Casino Road, Principides, New Topic, then Sweet Legend, Champagne Honey, Batola Laddie, Noble Suva, Mossman and Tristram's Destiny. Flattening for the run in, and Duffy's taken the top weight to the lead. Romantic Red is shot away from them, 2 lengths clear. Black Roman under the whip in second place. Civic Centre, Torvik's flattening out on the outside and coming hard. Romantic Red's in front. Duffy's gone for the whip on him. He's about a length and a half clear of Torvik, who's making up ground pretty quickly now. Romantic Red's just in front. Torvik's coming at him. They hit it. He's held on, Romantic Red. Romantic Red's just won it from Torvik. Civic Centre 3rd.
You won't see many better performances in the restricted ranks than that effort there by Romantic Red, under 57 kilos, forced to make a long run out very wide, and it was a first-class effort. I'm sure he's going to score again here in Brisbane. And great to see Gavin Duffy back in confident mood yesterday with 3 wins. That was the second leg of his treble, Romantic Red, and he made it the 3 with the success of Fixed Flush in the power quality. Fixed Flush always reserves his best for Duffy, and yesterday was one of his best performances to defeat Great March and open the door, the Sydney Sprinter.
In the early stages, Daybreak Lover came out quickly, settling 4th, then Fixed Flush. Getting back in the field is Sir Rocket with Cat o' Nine Tails. Open the door, Sunset Affair, and Lord Meters is last. Expletive going very fast, 8.50 to go, dashed away to lead by 2 on Show Joy. I think that I have to report the call on the inside of Daybreak Leather, another 2 then to Great March inside of Fixed Flush, then Cat o' Nine Tails on the outside of Sir Rocket, hard ridden. Open the door, now starting a run, he's picking up ground with Sunset Affair, and Lord Meters is last. Down the side, 600 metres to go, Expletive nicely clear. Show Joy's travelling easily second, coming away from the rails now, starting a run. Daybreak Lover a length and a half away third, and then report the call, Fixed Flush, Great March, followed by Cat o' Nine Tails. Open the door, picking up ground, and then Sunset Affair flattening for the run in. Show Joy has taken the lead. Daybreak Lovers coming hard on the outside, and here comes Fixed Flush with a big run. Fixed Flush loomed up to go to the lead from Show Joy, followed then by Daybreak Lover. Great March on the outside, and then Open the Door. It's Fixed Flush in front on the outside. Great March is coming at Fixed Flush. Duffy pulls the whip on Fixed Flush. He's just in front. He's hanging on. He's going to win it. Fixed Flush. Fixed Flush first. Fixed Flush has won it. Second home was Great March, and third in Open the Door.
That's the Duff right back in winning frame yesterday. I think his riding is going to be a highlight of this winter carnival. Gary Palmer also very good ride in the final event to score on Gladius. He saved some nice ground in the middle stages, getting lovely runs on the inside, and desperately ridden at the finish. Gladius defeated Sontier, and the leader Grandeur fading into third.
Back shortly after the start, Irish Quill is getting back with Golden Report. Kirsten Girl caught a bit wide, so is Stormy Kate, and Gladius is last of all. Grandieur's going very fast, 8.50 to go. She dashed away from them, 2 in front of Good Prospects. Kirsten Girl in third place, and Lenora's off the track in 4th spot. Going through in the centre is Lee Walk, and Stormy Kate is going up but very wide. Santier's next on the inside. Gladius is getting a glorious run in between horses, followed by Golden Report, Sunnyvale, and last of all is Irish Quill. By gee, he's really gone for the doctor on Grandeur, and he's raced her away. She's 8 lengths in front as they come down the side. Grandeur's right out in front as they swing around the corner. She's 6 or 8 lengths in front of Good Prospects, followed by Lee Walk, Stormy Kate, then Santier. Sunnyvale to the outside, picking up ground, and then Irish Quill. Grandeur, she's starting to wobble a little bit now. She's 4 lengths in front. Good Prospects is running on strongly. Then Santier, Sunnyvale, Gladius down the outside. She's still in front, Grandeur. She's 2 lengths clear. Gladius is storming home on the outside. Grandeur in front. Gladius is hitting her hard now. They hit the line, and Gladius has got up. Gladius has got up to win it. Gladius has won from either Grandeur or Santier, followed then by
Gladius scoring there for Gary Palmer in the final event, the Pinkenbar Hotel Graduation. Look now at the TAB information from Doomben yesterday. The double numbers were 13 and 6, paid $143.70, and the treble numbers 6, 13 and 6, $4,994.10. And the extra double from Doomben, 1 and 3, paid $38.30. More of that later. The opening event from Randwick was the Mount Pleasant Handicap. It went to Shrapmar, heavily back to start, 15 to 8, and he held on valiantly in the straight to defeat Ron's Pride.
Ron's Pride is claiming him quickly, and 5 to Swift Valley, Kachita, and the others headed by Montrachet. Shrapmar almost joined by Ron's Pride, 200 to go. Ron's Pride almost level with Shrapmar. Nisbet first to go for the whip on Shrapmar. Ron's Pride on the outside, still a neck from Shrapmar. He's giving plenty the favourite. Shrapmar is holding Ron's Pride clear of Swift Valley, and Shrapmar all the way. Shrapmar wins at a long neck to Ron's Pride, third Swift Valley.
Look, beaten many times Shrapmar, but he managed to hold on for a narrow but game win there. Second event was the Silver Phantom Handicap, and Fairy Prince and Germanic both claimed the leaders at about the 200 metres. Had a good struggle with Fairy Prince just a shade too strong.
Rock and Remus looking for the out at the 250, and Fairy Prince has taken the lead. Germanic tried to go with it. They've dropped Gold's Armour and Raya Can. It's Fairy Prince just the leader from Germanic, a race in 2. Fairy Prince ahead in front of Germanic, battling on, but Fairy Prince has Germanic's measure clear of Rock and Remus, and Fairy Prince wins at a neck. Second Germanic, third Rock and Remus.
Impressive victory to Futuristic in the Mollison Handicap. First leg of a winning double for the Albert McKenna stable. Futuristic chimed in about the 250 metres mark and came away for a very impressive win. Noble Player battled on strongly for second.
Noble Player, Futuristic raced up and claims Cavalier Kid. Third posse now taken by Noble Player, followed by Space Power, but Futuristic 100 to go, nicely clear. About 3 Noble Player and Etiquette flying will get up for third, but some big bets landed here as Futuristic goes on to score well. Second Noble Player, third Etiquette.
Fourth event was the Champagne Stakes, and Red Anchor, pretty smart 2-year-old this. He looked in some trouble about the 200 metres when Victory Prince moved up on his outside, but Red Anchor found plenty for Compton to score by long neck.
On the fence, Spirit of Kingston, and then comes Fair Verdict at the 250, and Deal just leads from Red Anchor, Victory Prince, and here's Fair Verdict from Dinky Flyer. Spirit of Kingston on the rails, 3 in line now, Victory Prince on the outside, Fair Verdict, and on the inside Red Anchor. Red Anchor, Victory Prince and Fair Verdict, the 3 of them go to the line. Red Anchor giving a ton of cheekies, too good, and Red Anchor wins the Champagne Stakes. Second is Victory Prince and third Fair Verdict.
Fifth was the Karioi Handicap, and victory here to Calaboose. Royal Regatta was regarded as the safe bet of the day by some good judges. No excuses for the Bart Cummings-trained Royal Regatta, who was defeated by a short neck.
He had a quick peep on the outside, saw Calaboose racing up, and then comes Northern Reward. Royal Regatta burnt off Ben Carr, an honest promise, but Calaboose threatens Royal Regatta. Marshall goes for the whip on Royal Regatta. Calaboose is ahead in front of Royal Regatta. It's Calaboose still in front of Royal Regatta, fighting on. Calaboose doing better than the favourite. Calaboose in front. Duffy rides hard, and Calaboose is home. Calaboose from Royal Regatta. Third Ben Carr a minute back.
The AJC St Ledger for the 3-year-olds was regarded as a match between Pleasant Star from the Tommy Smith stable and the New Zealander I'm a Prince, but Port Fair, another winner here to Compton and Southerland, outstayed Pleasant Star, who had to do all the bullocking work out in front.
I'm a Prince at a good gap to Good Tonic. It's Pleasant Star, 250 to race just in front of Port Fair, and 2.5 to I'm a Prince, little between Port Fair and Pleasant Star. I'm a Prince 2 off third. Port Fair on the outside is just the leader from Pleasant Star. Port Fair with B. Compton and the all-pink colours of the club in front. Pleasant Star can't do any better, clear of I'm a Prince, and Port Fair wins the Ledger. Port Fair has beaten Pleasant Star and I'm a Prince.
Strong staying performance from Port Fair to land the Ledger. McWilliams Handicap was the 7th event and a very impressive win here to Anything Tudor. Heavily backed, 7-2 into start, 9-4 and favourite. Scores by 3.5 lengths in an impressive performance.
Over the rise, and she leads about 2.5 now. Second is Coral Beach. Purpose is under the whip, and then comes Proud Tradition. But Anything Tudor giving them something to catch. He comes to the 120 with a winning lead. It's Anything Tudor about 4 clear. Second Coral Beach, Lady Carosa flying home, but Anything Tudor will bolt home. Anything Tudor wins at 4 lengths on the line to Lady Carosa. Third was...
Final event, and Compton and Southerland combined yet again for a win here with Desolé. Notice her in the yellow colours right down the outside. Very deceptive finish. It appears as though Bold Heather has lasted, but Desolé gained the judge's verdict.
Second, Bletcher's Pride third, followed by Bold Heather and then Gallic Waters. Desolé still a long way back as they race to the 200. Willow Wilton History. Here's Bold Heather after Bletcher's Pride and Dream in Vain. Zarchi to the rail, and Desolé is coming quickly. Bold Heather's taken the lead. Here is Desolé after her. It's Bold Heather just in front. Desolé, will it make it? Oh, I don't know whether Desolé got Bold Heather.
It didn't appear as though Desolé made it in time, but gained the verdict over Bold Heather in what must have been a very, very close decision. We've got the TAB information from Randwick yesterday. Double numbers 5 and 4 paid $54.50, and the treble 4, 5 and 4 paid $131.60. Brigade, the favourite, pretty comfortably.
A length away as they went over that one, and 3 lengths away Norfolk Tiger. Over it, and My Hutch in front. He's had to go for the whip on Brigade, and My Hutch looks to be going better, and then the Orchardist. Here's the last. My Hutch led over at 1.5 lengths to Brigade, 2 lengths to Orchardist, and then Norfolk Tiger. But with 150 to go, My Hutch has got it well won. And despite pulling early, he's much too good for them. My Hutch comes away and will win by 2.5 lengths to Brigade. The Orchardist battled on for third, and Norfolk Tiger fourth and last.
Second event went to Smart Little Lady. She gained a split about the 200 metres, squeezed through between runners, and came away to a pretty good win from Ima Hayes, who ran on well, and Noosa Gardens, who was tiring a little bit but held down third spot.
Power. Smart Little Lady starting to run on from Power Star, and then Favoured Joy, Queen of Bass, with 200 to go, and this lead is weakening. Smart Little Lady's got them beaten in the centre. Smart Little Lady got a split to go through and hit the lead with 100 metres to go. Ima Hayes is literally flying, but it'll be too late, and Smart Little Lady goes on to win about a length to Ima Hayes. Noosa Gardens third, fourth.
The steeplechase was the third event, went to Oh What a Sun, who was solidly back to start 9-4. Arcolette, the 33-1 outsider, really made him work in the straight, but Oh What a Sun kept going, a strong staying performance, and the favourite safekeeping well away in third.
On the outside, trying hard with 250 to go, but Oh What a Sun holding him comfortably by 2 lengths, and a long gap then to safekeeping and Johnny Boy. But with 100 metres to go, Oh What a Sun a length and a half in front. Arcolette trying very hard, but the New Zealander's going to be too good. Oh What a Sun kept going, goes on to win it nicely, and it's Oh What a Sun, 2 lengths to Arcolette, 6 lengths to safekeeping, and 20 lengths.
Oh What a Sun scoring there. Fourth event, Affinity, the short price favourite. A well-timed run from Pat Highland here to bring Affinity along to take the lead about 150 metres out, and he went away to score by a length and a half from Mevron Boy.
Quickly, they were followed by Mevron Boy, Melibron starting to run on, and now Affinity let loose. Ross the leader at the 300, tackled by Mevron Boy, Ensign Piper, and Affinity coming at them quickly now. On the outside, Mevron Boy took the lead. Affinity grabbed it in a few strides, however. Affinity and Nick in front. The others can't do anything. Affinity drawing away, Canter's in. 1.5 to Mevron Boy. Melibron's got up for third, just in front of...
Charge down the Flemington Straight 6 for the race called the Straight 6, and victory to Bowl Jet from Mr Magic. You noticed them right over on the outside, and they had the finish all to themselves. Bowl Jet scoring by 3 lengths.
Bowl Jet 3 lengths in front of Mr Magic down the outside. They're a mile in front the outside. Bowl Jet is well clear with 200 metres to go from Mr Magic. On the inside, Segovian Rhythm starting to run on, but Bowl Jet's going to walk in. Bowl Jet goes down to the line to win by 4 lengths. Mr Magic second, Segovian Rhythm third, then Highcott.
Sixth event went to the favourite, Yasuk, always prominent. He took the lead soon after straightening, always looked the winner in the straight. Scored by 2 lengths from Miner's Man, and third was Potoi.
Out wide, now he's gone for the whip from Opaque Star. It's Yasuk the outside, however, and on the rails, Potoi. They've cleared out 3 lengths to Emperor Kwan, and coming at them quickly on the outside now is Arizan. Yasuk drew to the lead, however, and Yasuk raced away. Kupre can't go on. Yasuk well clear. Miner's Man running up on the outside into second placing, but Yasuk bolts in. Wins by 2.5 lengths to Miner's Man. Close for third, maybe Potoi just beat Below.
Seventh event was the Metric Mile, and Toujours Mio, better known as a stayer, staged a storming finish to come from near the rear of the field. The score from Folk Glen, who looked certain to score inside the 200.
Tackling the leader now, and Galileo Court gets out and quickly comes at them with 200 to go, and Bright Judge and Never Late wider out on the track. With 200 to go, Ben Criado ahead in front under the whip from Galileo Court. Folk Glen's got to run on the fence to head them all off now, and then Bright Judge from Todd Wilson out wider Arctic Wolf. Folk Glen in front, Galileo Court, and Toujours Mio's flying. Toujours Mio going 2 to their 1, grabs Folk Glen, he's won. Toujours Mio from nearly last year, did that once before at long odds. Toujours Mio's beaten Folk Glen, either Rakes Pride, Chagamar or Galileo.
I think Bill Collins back to Jour Mio. The 8th event, and Luskin Road shot clear soon after straightening and was never seriously threatened in the straight, and defeated Gold Connection by 2 lengths.
By Sir Les, then Flower Boller and Straight Approval, but Luskin Road shot clear. With 300 to go, he's raced about 4 lengths in front from Bute Street, and Gold Connection running on well next from Popper Street. Luskin Road's very tired, so are the others. Gold Connection running all over the course, but Luskin Road goes down to win by about 3 or 4 lengths. Good battle for the Miners. Gold Connection will get second just in front of Popper Street. Fourth, Bute Street.
The 8 events from Flemington yesterday, where it was a good track. That's something of a rarity in Melbourne in the winter months. Taking a look now at the TAB information. The numbers were 1 and 2, paid $174.70 for the double, and the treble numbers 4, 1 and 2, paid $615.40. David, these teeth don't fit. 2 and 8, the extra double numbers, paid $60.70. They're nice teeth, though. We've got a look now at some highlights of the Warrnambool Grand Annual Steeple. Only 4 of the 8-horse field completed the course here, and the steeple events certainly are spectacular. There's been a bit of a move to have them banned from Victoria, but there's some interesting highlights to have a look at here.
Although only 8 runners faced the start of this year, the Grand Annual again proved an amazing spectacle. The first shock for punters came at the second of the 33 fences when top weight and favourite Headford Town came to grief. However, jockey Steve Jenkins decided it was too early to retire and remounted, although he eventually gave up the chase. Once again, the crucial part of the race proved to be as the horses raced down the hill in the centre of the track. Tearaway leader Gallywood lost many lengths here and was claimed quickly by Rocky Affair and Unwinding. We pick up Bill Collins' call as the horses come round the home turn.
They into the straight, win a jump. Rocky Affairs going well. Leads 3 lengths now to Battle So Big and Gallywood the outside. Here's the last. Rocky Affair 3 in front. Draws to it over the 33rd fence and Gallywood's fallen. And Rocky Affair 3 lengths in front of Battle So Big. Holding it at bay. Long way back now we've got Unwinding, who might be going on a run third from Mr. Eusby. But Rocky Affair full of runnings won it by 8 lengths to Battle So Big.
Yes, quite a spectacle, the Warrnambool Annual. Brings back some memories for Ken Hose, who saw a couple of them. He attended a lot and didn't see some of them.
It was in the early 30s, wasn't it, Bart?
Yeah. This week in racing, we've got Doomben tomorrow. It's a free day down there, so it's going to be a big crowd and some good racing. The Labor Day Cup, Roy Peaker should be hard to beat. Then on Wednesday and Thursday, the annual show meetings at Bundamba, and that's always plenty of highlights up there, and hospitality is always first class. And then Doomben Eagle Farm, next Saturday, where it's Queensland Guineas Day.
Haven't you?
Yes. I'm trailing you by about 5, though. It's Queensland Guineas Day next Saturday at Eagle Farm. Don't forget to get the Daily Sun all week. We'll have all the racing news and keep you in touch with the Winter Carnival.
Well, Hosey will get a copy of that, I'm sure.
After this break, we'll have Glenn Palmer along with at Archerfield for the finish of something. Myth. This is a very nice ride from Michael Kerr. Latin Myth settled well back in the field and ran on very strongly late to defeat Definitely Right in a Gleam.
Fairly well in showing speed, Definitely Right shortly after the start. Surikaya is getting back and Gay Bon immediately drops to the rear. Gee, they're tightly packed at the early stages, 1,200 metres to go, and Winsome Girl has gone to the lead, but tackled immediately by a Gleam on the outside and Hangzhou in third place. Gaffro Werner going up a bit deep. No Halo splitting horses in the centre, then Sarah Gem. Then further back to Dusty Summer, Blue Water Girl on the inside, and then Noble Biscay. Definitely Right's in the centre there. Latin Myth over on the inside, and then Okahora. Great choices a long way back with Noble Salt, Surikaya. And last of all is Gay Bon coming down the side, 7.50 to go. And a Gleam's race to the front now, and he kicked away from them. He's 2 in front of Afro Wunak. Winsome Girl is a length away third on the inside, and then No Halo Dusty Summer. Followed by Sarah Gem on the outside of Hangzhou, a length and a half to Noble Biscay. Followed by Definitely Right, Great Choice, Blue Water Girl, Okahora, Latin Myth, and then Surikaya, Noble Salt, and Gay Bon. As they swing around the home turn, a Gleam nicely clear. He flattens for the run in, almost 2 in front of No Halo. Winsome Girl struggling in third place on the rails. Afro Wunak pulled to the outside. Hangzhou now popped the big question on the extreme outside. He's making up ground, and then Dusty Summer and Sarah Gem. Latin Myth is saving ground over near the inside. He's making up plenty of ground, and Definitely Right coming through in the centre, but it Gleam's nicely clear with about 100 metres to go. Latin Myth is rattling home now. A Gleam stopping. Latin Myth is flying. Latin Myth is going to get up, I'd say. Yes, they hit the line, and he's just got up to win it. I'd say Latin Myth has just beaten either a Gleam or Definitely Right. By gee, they really flew the last little bit. Then Noble Salt, Hangzhou.
Latin Myth was rated unlucky at his previous start at Doomben, and he ran right up to that performance with that win yesterday. We'll show you now the slow motion in the straight, and you'll notice Kerr cleverly moves Latin Myth back over on the inside. As they turn for home, that's Latin Myth back about 4 horses along the inside in a white cap. Now you'll notice Kerr at this stage has to hook him across horse's heels and go back towards the inside, and he's still spotting the leader, a Gleam, 3 or 4 lengths. At this stage, Duffy's kicked a Gleam away to what looked like a winning break. Now Latin Myth getting room through on the inside, and Definitely Right further out on the track. That's Hangzhou in the blinkers, and the green cap, Shane Scriven on his inside, Definitely Right. Now Latin Myth getting that lovely run through on the inside, goes out after a Gleam, and Definitely Right with a late charge cuts a Gleam out of second place. But a very smart ride there by Michael Kerr to score on Latin Myth. Second event was the Second Hughes Novice and Son of Vale. Good training performance from Kerry Walker, the mare having only her second start after a 12-month break, and in the space of a week she backed up to score despite a betting drift to defeat the heavily backed Stenmark.
And Satellite getting up into a good spot. Just off the speed in 5th place, Diamond Prospector, to 2 Road drifting back to 6th on the inside of Haze Affair. Then King Pendragon going quickly on the outside is Proper Job. Postman's Track in between horses. Son of Vale's getting well back with Rebel Surprise. Bartlett's back second last. and Limeway's at the rear with Midday Affair. I'm settling down now as they come down the side, 850 metres to go. Pathfinder forced the leader, 3/4 of a length in front of Satellite. 2 lengths away in third place is Echoes, and then Stenmark beautifully placed fourth on the inside of Diamond Prospector. Another length and a half to King Pendragon, racing on the outside of Thracian. To 2 Rotors next on the inside, and then Son of Vale, Hayes Affair, Proper Job. Further back, Postman's Track, Rebel Surprise, Limeway, and Midday Affair is last. As they come around the home turn, 400 metres left to go. Pathfinder forced the leader. Pathfinder force about a length in front of Satellite. Stenmark looking for the way clear. There's enough room in the middle there if he's good enough. Followed by Echoes on the outside, and then King Pendragon and Diamond Prospector and Son of Vale both coming home strongly. Here's the favourite looming up to take the lead, Stenmark, just short of 200 metres to go. Stenmark in front, Son of Vale on the outside is storming home now. She's coming home right over the top of them, Son of Vale. Son of Vale loomed up to go to the lead, and she's careering away on the run to the line. Son of Vale first, Stenmark second. Satellite may have just lasted for third in front of King Pendragon. Then Echoes...
What's the biggest thing in town? Is it a gorilla? Is it a beast? No, it's Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is the fantastic video game that fits your Atari or in television. Look out! The ape has stolen Mario's girlfriend. Quick, use the joystick to help Mario cross the girders. What's the ape doing now? Throwing barrels at Mario? Use the fire button. What will Mario do to rescue his girl in time? What will Donkey Kong do to Mario? And what makes Donkey Kong twice the fun of any other game? The amazing Mousetrap! As a special TV offer from International Direct Marketing, you'll receive Donkey Kong, one of the world's biggest selling games, for only $49.95. And for 2 cents more, that's right, just 2 cents more, we'll give you the amazing Mousetrap game with the same high-resolution impact graphics and 3 levels of play. Can you guide the mouse through the corridors to eat the cheese? Can you avoid the ravenous cats? What's it take to find the secret escape tunnel? What's it take to change into a dog and chase the cats? And what's the amazing Mousetrap worth? $49.95. But it's yours for just 2 cents more when you order the incredible Donkey Kong. Only $49.97 for 2 of the biggest games in town with our unconditional no-risk money-back guarantee. What's twice the fun of any other game at half the price? Donkey Kong and Mousetrap! But hurry before they run out. Here's how to order.
To order your video games from International Direct Marketing, and you can use your bank card if you wish, just phone this number, 221-6711. For $49.95, you get the incredible Donkey Kong, one of the world's biggest selling TV games. And as a special TV offer, for just 2 cents, we'll give you the amazing Mousetrap game. That's right, 2 of the biggest selling games ever for just $49.97, plus postage, handling and insurance. And our unconditional money-back guarantee. Our operators are standing by right now, so phone 221-6711 and get twice the fun at half the price.
Wednesday, 8:30, Quincy makes a wrong diagnosis, which embarrasses the whole department. The only way to redeem his reputation is to risk his job. Then on Trapper John, Gonzo clashes with a fiery new resident, and Jackpot discovers the joys and problems of being a centerfold. On Trapper John, Wednesday, 9:30 on 7.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. We're up to race 3 in our Eagle Farm review. It's the 4X Light graduation, and Gavin Duffy proved a top judge here when he selected Roman Knight as his mount ahead of the other fancied runner, Romantic Red. Roman Knight showed great courage in the straight to hold off Blue Sector by a short half head. Faunus and Romantic Red close up third and fourth.
And Roman Knight going up very fast on the outside, and in fact running to the lead. On the first bend with 1,000 to go, Roman Knight's gone to the front now. Magnifia second, Grand and Happy's going very fast on the outside. A length and a half to Faunus, and then Romantic Red. He's about 4 lengths off the speed. Then 4X Strike. Yolandra's next on the rails. A length and a half to Wing Clipper, Blue Sector, Sweet Reclaim, Kanga Khan, Daraj Lad, Mr. Huggy, and Red Farm Khan is last. Over the crossing, 600 metres left to go. Roman Knight's the leader, 3/4 of a length in front of Grand and Happy. Magnifia a length away third. Faunus popping off the rails, starting a run. Romantic Red following up behind Faunus, followed by 4X Strike to the outside. In the straight now, just short of 400 metres to go. Roman Knight the leader, tackled quickly by Faunus on the outside. Grand and Happy's under pressure. Magnifia's getting a run on the inside. Blue Sector's coming home strongly, and then Romantic Red. Roman Knight's just in front. Faunus on the outside having a crack at him now. He's hanging badly. Roman Knight, he's just in front of Faunus. Blue Sector on the inside. Roman Knight's fighting back. He's just in front. They're drawing to the line. They hit it. Oh, gee, it's going to be close. Pretty close. There's Roman Knight, I think, just beaten Blue Sector, who flew on the inside, and it's close for third as well. Romantic Red or Faunus, then Wing Clipper, Kanga Khan.
Courageous performance there from Roman Knight and a determined ride by Gavin Duffy. Roman Knight was inclined to shift off the track again in the straight. It's a little bit of a worrying tray he's developed, but despite Duffy's hard riding with the whip in the left hand, he continued to move out and left a lovely run along the inside for Blue Sector, who just failed to pick up the winner. Now we'll show you the slow motion. We've got Roman Knight in the black colours moving away from the inside, and Grand and Happy on his outside, and Faunus in the white with a big run down the outside, and he wasn't able to sustain that run yesterday under his big weight. You'll notice back on the behind a few runners coming towards the outside of the horse in pink in the blinkers is Winged Clipper. He was unable to secure a clear run for some part of the straight, but now he's worked into the clear and balances up and runs on quite nicely. But it's Roman Knight being pressured by Faunus, Romantic Red in the pink on the outside, and bursting through on the inside is Blue Sector. It's Magnifier and Yolandra in the blue and the pink behind those. Now Duffy wielding the whip in the left hand, keeping Roman Knight going despite the fact he's moving off the track, and Blue Sector, who's also shifting out a little bit, coming out to meet Roman Knight, just fails to pick up the equal favourite. Roman Knight in the black continued a great run for the Evan Hartley stable, certainly been in fine form in recent weeks. Another stable in great form has been the Gordon Williams stable down at Deegan, and Roy Pica firmly continued his march towards the Brisbane Cup with a smart win here in the 4X. Roy Pica was beaten at Doomben on Monday, but showed his liking for the Eagle Farm track by an improved performance yesterday to outclass Vivacity and Sharona.
The jump Spander going up into a handy spot. Roy Pica's not that far from the leader, but he's worse than midfield at the moment. Getting back Smoky Babylon, Silver Hastings, Spring Pride, and General Major immediately goes to the rear. Running on to the first corner, 1,800 metres to go. Potamola has taken over now to lead by a length and a half on Vivacity, who's going a bit keenly in second spot on the rails. Spander looming up fast on the outside, in between horses Sharona, then Pan Gold, Grey Zone, Roy Pica. Another length and a half to Silver Hastings, running on the outside of Smoky Babylon, and 5 lengths then to Spring Pride and General Major. As they run in towards the back, 1,400 metres left to go. Potamola's the pacemaker. He leads by a length on Pan Gold, who's going up fast on the outside. Another length and a half then to Spander on the outside of Vivacity, followed by Sharona, Silver Hastings, Grey Zone, midfield on the rails, a length and a half to Roy Pica, then Smoky Babylon, 3 lengths to Spring Pride and General Major's last. Past the 12, and the leader Potamola, 3/4 of a length in front of Pan Gold. There's been no real change in the order. Vivacity's third on the inside, a half length then to Spander, followed by Silver Hastings, Grey Zone on the inside of Sharona, another length and a half to Smoky Babylon, covered by Roy Pica, then Spring Pride and General Major. On the bend at the 1,000 now as they come down the side, and the leader Potamola a length in front of Pan Gold. Vivacity's travelling easily, third on the inside. He'll just need a touch of luck from there. Spander's on his outside, and Silver Hastings is going up 3 deep to really close that pocket. Another 2 lengths then to Grey Zone, followed by Sharona making ground, and now Roy Pica's popped the big question. He's starting a run, but caught very wide as they run onto the home turn. Then Spring Pride, Smoky Babylon and General Major. Around the bend now, 450 metres left to go. Potamola's the leader. He's a length and a half in front. Vivacity's clear at the right time if he's good enough, and here he comes. Roy Pica's joining in quickly on the outside, followed by Spander and Sharona. 250 metres to go. Vivacity's taken the lead, but tackled quickly by Roy Pica on the outside. Sharona's running on gamely, and then Potamola. Roy Pica out in the middle of the track. He's in front of Vivacity, and he's going to be too good. In fact, he's spearing away close to home, Roy Pica, and he's going on to win it easily. Pushed right out at the end. He wins it by 4 lengths. Roy Pica first, Vivacity second, I think, just in front of Sharona.
Impressive Brisbane Cup trial there from Roy Pica to land the 4X. Fifth event was the Queensland Guineas, and Vite Cheval, the Victorian 3-year-old, burst right back to his best form, aided by a sweet ride from Kevin Mitchell. The inside barrier proved crucial here. Vite Cheval was able to maintain his run along the rails, and after a moment's worry in the straight when he sliced between runners, he came away to score nicely from Gallant Royale, who was very gallant in defeat. Bring Home and La Casey dead heating for third.
Drifted right back through the field, and he's about 5th last. Gallant Royale goes to the lead, 1,300 metres to go. Champion Show running second, Albany Bay third, and then Bring Home nicely placed. Going up Flying Nugget on the outside, then Riverdale, who's over fairly close to the rails. He's about 3 wide at the moment, but he's done a pretty good job from the wide alley. Rockin' Remus is next on the inside, and then Plain Nonsense. Fossiger's picking up ground. Vite Cheval is well back in the field at the moment. He's worse than midfield on the inside, and then New Bliss. For the back, Triflow, and then La Casey who's picking up ground, but caught a little bit wide. Storm Tide, Old Currency, and Look Aloft is last. As they run past the 850, and the leader Gallant Royale. Gallant Royale leads by a length and a half. Flying Nugget running second. Albany Bay's a length and a half away third, and then Champion Show followed by Riverdale, and then Bring Home on the outside of Rockin' Remus. Another length to Fossiger, followed then by Plain Nonsense in the centre. Vite Cheval on the rails, and La Casey the outside, then Triflow, New Bliss. Then Storm Tide, a fair way back in the field. Look Aloft starting a run, and Old Currency's last. They swing around the home turn of the Guineas with 400 metres left to go. Gallant Royale joined by Albany Bay on the outside. Finishing gamely now Flying Nugget. Bring Home's coming into it with a good run, and Vite Cheval, he's working his way through the field. Rock and Remus is over on the inside, 200 metres out. Gallant Royale is still the leader. He's a length and a half in front of Vite Cheval, who's into the clear now, and rattling home. Bring Home on the outside. Gallant Royale in front. Here's little Vite Cheval. Look at him. He's storming home. He takes the lead and he races away to win it. It's Vite Cheval first. Vite Cheval first. Gallant Royale second, and it's tight for third. Bring Home, Rock and Remus and Luck.
Vite Cheval didn't have to be pushed right out to score there. The winning margin 3/4 of a length, but I think Kevin Mitchell just had a little bit up the sleeve. Show you now the slow motion in the straight, and you'll notice Mitchell have to alter course. Now he's 3 off the fence with the red cap, and he's coming towards the outside of Albany Bay, but he switches back inside that horse's heels to slice between the leader, Gallant Royale in the white, Albany Bay in the blinkers, and Vite Cheval now coming between that pair. Over on the inside is Rock and Remus. Out further on the track in the yellow colours is Bring Home, desperately ridden by Neil Williams, and a good run in this from La Cassière right on the outside to get up in dead heat for third after being forced wide most of the way. But Vite Cheval scoring by 3/4 of a length, and I thought with a little something in hand. Sixth event was the 2-year-old Handicap, and High Sport successful here, and a very good ride from Glenn Killen. He was awkwardly drawn High Sport. Killen hustled him up early, got over on the inside, allowed the horse to relax, and held down the rails position, even though Prince Pageant ran around him in the middle stages out wide.
Blackie Boy and Indian Uprising and Prince of Kildare, hard-ridden, long last. 1,000 metres left to go. High Sport has raced to the front. Lord Penn a half-length away second, followed by Security Man and then Vice Master. One going up very fast on the outside is Birdie Bay, and there's Prince Pageant charging around the field, going up at the second spot. See My Style is next on the inside of Silver Bait, followed by Bank Coin. Going up on the outside is Mendham Lad and then Hot Satin. Blackie Boy getting a long way back with Zip Off, Indian Uprising and Prince of Kildare last. As they come onto the home turn, 450 metres to go. Prince Pageant on the outside has gone to the lead now from High Sport, leads by about 3/4 of a length. In third place is Birdie Bay, then See My Style. To the extreme outside, Security Man and Vice Master's running on gamely. Lord Penn dropped back sharply there, and then Mendham Lad. They've got 250 to go, and the favourite's gone to the lead. High Sport, he kicked away from them. High Sport's a length in front of Prince Pageant, See My Style, Birdie Bay, Mendham Lad on the outside making up ground. But if you're on High Sport, get in the queue. He's got it shot to pieces, the favourite, and High Sport's racing to the line to win it easily. High Sport first, Mendham Lad second, See My Style third, then Bank Coin, Prince Pageant, Lord Penn, Security Man, Birdie Bay.
Good win to High Sport. I thought the runner-up Mendham Lad, his effort was encouraging. I think he'll be able to break through again shortly in the metropolitan area. Seventh event was the Castlemaine Gold Flying, and Prince Harvey, a little bit disappointing last run, but he much improved yesterday. Les Harris made use of his early speed to sit up close to the leader, Some Unit, and he just held on from Open the Door and Garrison Bridge, the dead heaters for second.
Well, Some Unit a bit deep, just in front of On Grand Vitesse, Vif third, followed then by Prince Harvey, who's going up fast into a nice spot. Garrison Bridge is just off the speed with He's a Warrior, and then Haley's Hope, and Carr next on the outside of Top Fellow. Further back in the field, Open the Door, and then Bush Soul, Roman Candle going up but a bit wide. A long break then to Shesh Besh, Hondo Matic and Rock shows a long last as they come down the side, 800 metres out. Some Units going a bit keenly in front, leads by a length and a half on Prince Harvey, and On Grand Vitesse is a neck away third, then Vif, He's a Warrior, followed by Haley's Hope and Roman Candle on the outside of Garrison Bridge, and then Ankara Open the Door wide. Top Fellow's next on the inside, and then Bush Soul, Hondo Matic, Shesh Besh and Rock show. Around the home turn, 450 metres out, Some Units straightens up a length and a half clear of Prince Harvey on the outside, followed by Viv on Grand Vitesse. Further back, He's a Warrior. He's trying to work into the clear now. Then Bush Soul, Garrison Bridge, Haley's Hope and Top Fella to the outside with Open the Door and Ankara. 250 to go. Some Unit still the leader. Some Unit about a half length in front of Prince Harvey, who's a bit of a danger on the outside. Then Viv and Garrison Bridge. Some Unit's fighting on. He's just in front. Prince Harvey's having a real crack at him now. Some Unit and Prince Harvey, Garrison Bridge. Viv flying, Open the Door coming from nowhere. They hit it. Oh, gee, it's a great go. It's a great go. Prince Harvey, Open the Door, Viv, Garrison Bridge and Some Unit. 5 of them right across the track.
Tremendous finish there with Prince Harvey scoring by a short half head from the dead heaters, Open the Door and Garrison Bridge, and another short half head to the fourth place getter Vif. He won't be long getting back in the winning list. Show you the slow motion. Les Harris on Prince Harvey, outside Some Unit. Harris really earning his winning percentage here. He's wielding the whip. Duffy goes for the whip on Some Unit, who continues to fight on. 3 out is Vif with John Wade, the whip in the right hand. Then Garrison Bridge, and with a late charge comes Open the Door, Jim Cassidy. At this stage, Prince Harvey looks set to, for a comfortable win by a decisive margin, but right on the line, these 3 out wide really swamped him, and in another stride, both Garrison Bridge and Open the Door would have had Prince Harvey. But the one I mentioned, Vif, the fourth place getter, I think you should start to back Vif over the next 3 or 4 starts. Final event was the Castlemaine Perkins Graduation and Herbaceous. John Walk rode him very confidently to hold off the heavily backed favourite Toyd, and Lord Woden very consistent, gaining third again.
Shots of Native Kingdom and Belconda going very fast. Toyd about midfield, not far from the leader. Resolute now drifting back along the inside of Definite, Copyright, Helleran. Red Mountain's getting back, and Pandor Khan immediately drops out last. Yutney's about third last, heading into the back. There looks to be plenty of speed on. 1,400 metres to go. Belconda's the pacemaker. He's a length and a half clear. Native Kingdom pulling hard on the outside of Herbaceous, Main Link, and then Cannon Shots, Lord Woden, Toyd, Definite, Copyright, followed by Yutney, who's picking up ground quickly. He's whipping up around the outside of them. Irresolute is next on the rise, and then Halloran, Pandor Khan and Red Mountain. Belconda's still the leader. They go down past the 1,200. Belconda a couple of lengths in front of Herbaceous. Native Kingdom 3/4 of a length away third. Fourth on the rise, Main Link, and then Cannon Shots, Lord Woden. Another length and a half to Yutney, who's trapped deep at the moment, racing the outside of Toyd and Irresolute on the rise, and then Definite, Copyright. Halloran's drifted right back to third last, just in advance of Red Mountain and Pandor Khan. Down the side, just short of 800 metres to go. Belconda still makes play out in front. He leads by a length on Herbaceous. Main Link is in third place on the rails, followed by Cannon Shots and Native Kingdom. Toyd's now starting a run. He's moving up on the outside of Lord Woden, and then Yutney, Irresolute, Definite, Copyright, Red Mountain. Then Halloran and Pandor Khan is last. Around the home turn, 450 metres left to go. Herbaceous loomed up on the outside to go to the lead from Belconda. Main Link to the outside, running on gamely. Toyd's coming into it with a big run. Native Kingdom got chopped out. Definite, Copyright to the extreme outside, and Lord Woden is coming through in the centre with a Resolute. It's Herbaceous just in front of Toyd, 200 metres to go. On the outside, coming home strongly, Definite, Copyright, and Lord Woden into the clear. Herbaceous is fighting on. He's just in front of Herbaceous. Toyd can't get him. He can't at the moment anyway. Herbaceous in front, drawing to the line, and Herbaceous is too good. Herbaceous first, Toyd second, third Lord Woden, and then Definite, Copyright, Red Mountain, followed in.
Good ride there from John Walk to score on Herbaceous, much to the disappointment of favourite backers, with Toyd coming in second. Now the double and treble information from Eagle Farm. Firstly, the double numbers was 13 and 4 for Vite, Cheval and Prince Harvey, and the dividend there $52.10. The treble numbers were 12, 13 and 4. Roman Knight, the first leg winner. Vite, Cheval and Prince Harvey also $207.10. While the extra double from Eagle Farm, 2 and 8, High Sport and Herbaceous, $13.80. That's our Eagle Farm event at Rose Hill yesterday, Sunset Blessing. The track was a little rain affected there yesterday. It was rated as dead, but you'll notice as we go through our replays that most of the winners came down the outside, so the form may be a little misleading, but I thought this was an impressive performance by Sunset Blessing. She was well back coming to the home turn, switched to the outside in the straight. She went on to score by 2 lengths from Getty Girl.
Third position, Premier Flight, followed closely by on the inside, making a little ground, San Phelan, and Regal Saga's caught out very wide as they commence the run around the corner. Talk Sense hanging a shade, and Premier Flight on the outside leads at about a half length. In third posse, Joy's Amber, a length the San Phelan, easing off the fence, and then comes Cara Jane at the 220, and Premier Flight in front from Talk Sense is under the whip. San Phelan and Cara Jane battling on, and Sunset Blessing very deep. San Phelan's taken the lead, but here's Sunset Blessing on the outside, gobbling it up. It races to the lead. Getty Girl running home, but it's all Sunset Blessing, and Sunset Blessing a couple of lengths on the line to Getty Girl, third Premier.
Nice win there to Sunset Blessing, and equally impressive was the second winner, Bold Heather, in the Bed of Roses handicap. Bold Heather, you'll notice in the breastplate in the white colours, sweeps to the lead at the 200 metres and careers away to score by 3.5 lengths.
Taken on by Lady Medor, whose rider is spearing about 5 or 6 off the inside, and as they straighten, it's Abadana, joined again by Lady Medor. Wide Jewel with plenty of room to come through, joining in are Annie Catherine with Bold Heather, and Sirocco is plugging on, and Tudor Cheetah under the whip, but Bold Heather has raced clear inside the 200. Bold Heather about 3 off the inside rail, has kicked about 3 Annie Catherine, then French Finale, Rosanna True and Sirocco missed, but Bold Heather is a mile too good. And down to the line, it's Bold Heather blitzing them from Annie Catherine. Very tight for third between French Finale and Sirocco missed.
Runaway win there to Bold Heather. The third event was the Meteor Handicap, and Buena Gold, ridden by Bruce Compton, scores from Read All About It. Only a neck in it at the finish. Read All About It really fought hard all the way to the line.
Read All About It to the outside, and then Hazelmere and He's So Vain entering the stretch, and I Will coming back to Buena Gold. He's only leading him a length, and Buena Gold is finishing doggedly to gain the lead now. And at the ledger, 300 to go. It's Buena Gold galloping keenly. 2 Chinwag, followed then by Read All About It. I Will's had enough. Hazelmere can't do much better. It's Buena Gold under the whip in front with 100 to go. Read All About It plugging away, followed by Chinwag. Buena Gold is hanging on. Read All About It is not going to reach him, and Buena Gold wins at a neck. Buena Gold has just staved off. Read all about it. Third, Chinwag.
Fourth event was the Lord Mayor's Cup, and Calaboose continued his good form to score from Heroic Blaze and Kiamare. This is a really exciting finish with Calaboose scoring by a long head and Kiamare fighting on very strongly for third.
From Vivatis kicking back on the inside. Royal Chalet dropping off, and then Calaboose, but straightening up on the Lord Mayor's Cup and Kiamare. A length and a half on Calaboose, whose rider's gone for the whip. Then Heroic Blaze moving up to third, followed by Madame Monet. It's Calaboose coming after Kiamare. Marshall pulls the whip on the favourite as Calaboose claims it immediately. Third, Heroic Blaze. But on the outside, Calaboose in front of Kiamare's kicking back the favourite. Calaboose has got him though. Calaboose has just won. Heroic Blaze flashed up on the outside. Kiamare the inside.
Another couple of bounds and Heroic Blaze would have tipped them all out there. The fifth event was the Welter, and Row of Waves was rated one of the best bets of the day, sent out at very short odds. Travelled well to the home turn, switched around the leader's heels. That's him in the middle as they straighten, and he goes on to score nicely.
It's Dashing the Solitaire about 2 off the inside rail. Leading 3/4 Row of Waves. El Dufus clinging on the outside. Swift Valley going to the inner, and then Razoo making up plenty of ground. At the 220, Row of Waves has taken over now. Second is El Dufus, dropping off Dashing Solitaire from Tibetan Heights and Swift Valley. Youngbury hands and heels on Row of Waves. It's nicely clear of Tibetan Heights, and then El Dufus and Swift Valley, but the favourite is going to be Untroubled Row of Waves, and on the line wins at a length and 3/4 Tibetan Heights. Third home was Swift Valley.
Another short price favourite at Rose Hill was the Bart Cummings trained Noble Peer, sent out at 15 to 8 on. He didn't win like any good thing, scrambled in by only a half head. He's in the pink colours, the grey two-year-old.
Around the turn into the straight and starting to hang very badly as Vox, and Yellow Dancer is left in front from Count Bevic. Now let's look for Noble Peer. Here he comes. He's out in the centre of the track and he's going after Yellow Dancer very, very speedily. And at the 250, it's Yellow Dancer under the whip in front from on the outside. Noble Peer battling on. So Torrid coming up on the inside, and 2 lengths then to Popular Hero. Noble Peer put his head in front. So Torrid second, battling on. Noble Peer, So Torrid. Noble Peer goes to the line best. Noble Peer a nose to So Torrid. All very, very close for third. We've got...
Seventh event went to Vane Top, starting at the good odds, 16 to 1. He relished the soft conditions yesterday to hold off Real Dream. You'll notice in the straight that Vane Top was inclined to shift ground, but he was just a shade too strong for Real Dream.
Vane Top about 3/4 of a length, Real Dream, and the leader is starting to shift about 4 or 5 off the inside rail. Third position taken there by Bletcher's Pride. Rosebrook at the moment is starting to dig the toes in, and as they race to the 250 metres, Vane Top giving plenty of cheek. A half length on Real Dream. Forget about Rosebrook. Racing third at the moment, Bletcher's Pride, but Vane Top just in front, but Real Dream is grinding away. Real Dream coming at Vane Top, who won't give in. Vane Top going better, and Vane Top wins again. Vane Top has beaten Real Dream. Bletcher's Pride, I think, third just...
Pretty courageous effort there from Vane Top, who looked in trouble on several occasions in the straight, but fought on to score decisively. Final event went to Wholesale Boom. Red and yellow colours. You'll notice him, a very confident ride here. Hands and heels, goes on to defeat Blazing Warrior and JT.
Horses, as is Deed Star closer in from Duke of Babylon. And now Wholesale Boom is starting to put in its claim at the 300. And Blazing Warrior just leads from Tyra, who moves up on the outside to go to the lead. And here is Wholesale Boom. It's Blazing Warrior fighting back from Tyra. Wholesale Boom the outside, and then JT putting in a charge. It's Blazing Warrior the inside and Wholesale Boom. Blazing Warrior, Wholesale Boom. Wholesale Boom gains the upper hand and he wins. Wholesale Boom has beaten Blazing Warrior. Third, JT.
Wholesale Boom scoring in the final event there from Rose Hill. They were the 8 events from Sydney yesterday. We'll take a break now in Sports Scene and come back and have a look at the Sandown card from Melbourne. At even money, and he scores a very impressive win, scoring by 3 lengths from Get the Rent.
About 3 lengths to Gentle Claude battling on, then Yum Sing at Arcolette. Here's the last, and Oh What a Sun cleared it well, about 3 lengths in front of Gentle Claude, Arcolette, Cathcart, and then Yum Sing head for town, Get the Rent. But this mighty New Zealand galloper, Oh What a Sun's racing right away with 200 to go. He's out about 5 lengths in front of Get the Rent and Gentle Claude and then Cathcart. And Oh What a Sun goes on to win it easy. He's given a couple of cracks with the whip near the line by Harnett, and he wins by 3 lengths to Get the Rent. Gentle Claude third.
Second event was the first Chadstone Handicap for the 2-year-olds, and the bookies cheering here with the success of Exemption over the odds-on favourite Yasuk. Exemption going up along the inside just manages to hold off the favourite by a half head.
Race to the lead. Exemption the rails. Yasuk under the whip the outside. Exemption about a half length in front. Yasuk, a big strong fellow's gradually getting to it now. There's nothing between them. Exemption and Yasuk, they're going to the line locked together. There's not a inch in it. Yasuk, I think's one at a nose to Exemption, but there's nothing in it. 4 lengths away, third Impulsive.
Exemption gaining the verdict there. The third event was the Textile Handicap, and it went to Flying Socks. This is a very, very deceptive finish. Flying Socks gaining the verdict by a short half head over Millawar.
Then return of Taj. Gun for Fun under the whip, tackled by Millawar, and Declare still there with 150 to go. It's Gun for Fun. Millawar looks to be travelling better, has drawn abreast of him on the outside from Declare. Now Millawar went to the lead. Flying Socks getting out near the line, is starting to fly. Flying Socks coming at Millawar. Millawar just in front. Oh, I think Millawar might have won at a nostril to Flying Socks. Not much in it from Declare third, Gun for Fun.
Flying Socks scoring by centimetres there. Would have been a good thing beaten because he didn't really get into the clear until just inside the 200 metres. Fourth event was the Lowland Handicap. It went to Aussie Banter at 12 to 1 from Roses for You, and Comarina, the 11 to 8 favourite, in third place.
On the outside, Aussie Banter's going to be the danger. Comarina can't win. Roses for You, the leader. Aussie Banter getting to it on the outside. Roses for You joined by Aussie Banter, and Aussie Banter going home far the better is going on to score. Aussie Banter more than a length to Roses for You. Comarina got up.
Another one for the bookies with the win of Mr. Nabe in the welter. Mr. Nabe starting at 16 to 1, goes on too strongly for Galliola Court and Noble River.
With 250 to go, Barmonti's just in front. Galliola Court coming at it strongly now, and Brumblebee from the rear. Galliola Court took the lead from Brumblebee, and here's Noble River from last, and Mr. Nabe. Galliola Court in front with 100 to go, has a big break. Mr. Nabe is flying on the outside. Mr. Nabe's going home the better end. Mr. Nabe's won it. Half a length to either Galliola Court or Noble River.
Decisive there, Mr. Nabe scoring. Sixth event was the second Chadstone Handicap for the 2-year-olds, and the favourite Monarch Star, heavily back to start 5 to 4. He looked in some trouble in the straight, but under hands and heels riding, he fought on very strongly to score.
Monarch Star fights back and has hit the front again from Call So Far, 200 to go. Call So Far under the whip responding. There's nothing between the two of them, and then verdict. It's Monarch Star just in front on the inside. Hands and heels, he's hanging on, he'll win. Good performance, Monarch Star, half a length to Call So Far, verdict third.
Good training performance by Henry Davis to produce Getting Closer, first up in the Hawksburn Handicap. A lot of money late for Getting Closer, who firmed in from 8s to start at 5 to 1, and he was just too classy for the opposition.
Mansmar's got Heavenly Time beaten. Getting Closer's bowling up to them on the outside. Then King Rhythm and Eureka Gold. Getting Closer went to the lead with 200 to go. He drew clear from Mansmar, then Eureka Gold and King Rhythm at the head of the others. But the class horse is much too good. Getting Closer goes on to score comfortably. Wins by about a length to Eureka Gold. Ahead away third, King Rhythm.
Final event went to Silver Cossack, starting at 12 to 1. He burnt away from the opposition just after straightening, getting a little tired at the finish, but never seriously threatened to defeat Roskill Prince by a length and a half.
Silver Cossack's got 3 or 4 in front with 200 to go. In second placing still Campaign Queen from Roskill Prince, and they're followed by Longwood Lad and a Bon Marche. Silver Cossack still 3 in front. Roskill Prince starting to run home. It might be too late. Silver Cossack's got too big a lead and he'll win. Silver Cossack wins by about 2 lengths. Longwood Lad and Roskill Prince went over almost a dead heat for second. Then Celso, who ran on.
That completes our racing review this morning. Just a reminder that this week we've got Doomben on Wednesday, and of course it's Lightning Handicap Day and Queensland Oaks next Saturday at Eagle Farm. That's always one of the highlights of the Winter Carnival, particularly the Oaks this year with the very good Sydney filly Sunita going to be very hard to beat.
4 centuries ago, they named horse racing the sport of kings. It cost so much, only the king was rich enough to own horses. And it's not all that different now. $10,000 to $12,000 a year it costs to keep, train and race a horse. That's after you've bought it. And at the yearling sales, the sky's the limit. That keeps prosperous the most glamorous of primary industries, the breeding of thoroughbreds. But how do they fare, these aristocratic young horses, for which rich men will pay a king's ransom? The answer is that, in most cases, they don't do very well at all. This report is about winners and losers. It takes the view from the owner's stand. Money, time and talent, beyond measure, have gone into getting these 2-year-old horses this far. to the one race, the Golden Slipper, for which they were bred. In 1,200 metres and 70 seconds, their future will be decided. Those that win here will win elsewhere. Those that fail have nowhere to go. These horses are the 16 best of the 2,500 two-year-olds nominated for the Slipper. So ruthless are the odds that so many careers will never even begin. Take away the band, take away all the production, all the glamour. There are two groups of people that keep this industry, the racing industry, going. They are, down here, the punter, and up there, in the members' stand, the owner. And what these two disparate groups have in common is this. Both come here to a racecourse in the hope that they can win. But it's a false hope, because no matter how you do the sums, you can't win. If you're going to lose anyway, do it in style. It's less crowded, this side of the fence where the owners are, and the fence, which represents nothing more than money, isn't the impenetrable barrier it appears. The way through is to buy a horse, or lease one, like a car or a computer. Get together half a dozen like-minded people and form a syndicate. Then you all get your names in the racebook, wear owners' tickets, get to mingle here with the great and powerful of the racing game. And lose in style. Or maybe, just maybe, win. And get to shed tears of joy and triumph. It's a long road to the big time, and the same road, give or take a wrong turning, can lead also to bankruptcy. That road begins somewhere like this. On New Haven Park, the legendary Kelly stud at Burwa in New South Wales, the next generation of yearlings is coming on well. Though now, at 6 or 8 months old, their only race is to breakfast. There could well be a champion with its nose in this trough. Many have come from here. And the breeding on New Haven Park has helped to change the shape of racing in Australia. The emphasis on youth and speed. The horse as a speed machine, designed, bred, to run fast for short distances, to take the prizes in the 2-year-old sprints where the top money is edging towards $500,000. In all the world, only America offers higher prize money than the top Australian races. But which of these will have a chance of championship? The breeding's there in all of them. But with specialised breeding, there comes a fragility, a delicacy, an unpredictability. This means that of all Australian racehorses, the majority will fail. 7 in 10 will never win a race. Others will win, but only once. The chances of buying a winner then are around 1 in 20. Racing writer and analyst Don Scott. Do the best horses, the best prospects, actually get to the sale ring, or are they siphoned off somewhere before that?
Well, many of them are retained by their breeders. An interesting case is Inspired, the winner of the Golden Slipper this year. Now, he comes from a well-established family of the people who bred him are old grazing family, but they bred the horse privately, so it would never have seen the sale ring, and there was no opportunity. And that happens with a lot of classic winners. They're retained by their breeders, or they're sold very soon after when they're weanlings.
Richard Kelly runs New Haven Park Stud, and he races a stable of horses. Having first choice of the yearlings must be an advantage.
Yes, but we, I suppose, the two best fillies we've ever bred, we've sold, so I suppose that's that nearly answers that question. But on average, I suppose, we've kept a lot of good fillies, and, well, we see them from the day they're born, so there is some advantage, but that is only as successful as what ability you've got to pick a good racehorse. So it gets back to it's still only our opinion as against someone else's.
This is where opinion and judgment, profit and loss, success and failure, breeder and buyer come together. The Easter yearling sales in Sydney. All the big names will be here, and a lot of the big money. The new blood in the yearlings will be sought by new blood in the buyers. For in recent years, the traditional buyers, the horsey lot, have found their bids matched and beaten and swamped by city money, as the big men of business look to racing as a logical and no less risky gamble than commodity futures. And for the big man who has everything, the four-legged perfection of a yearling can be irresistible.
People who have a lot of money, generally speaking, would like other people to know that. But they can't show their wealth, let's say, by buying half a dozen Rolls Royces and putting them in the garage. That isn't socially acceptable. If they are lucky enough to have a prolific that wins the AJC Derby or any top horse, then it is a tremendous thrill, and it opens all sorts of avenues for them. They meet all sorts of people and have a lot of fun.
That's seen as respectable, whereas half a dozen Rolls Royces would be as conspicuous consumption.
Yes, yes. It has a lot to do with it.
Michael Sicilian, by profession a lawyer, was first in the field of racehorse leasing. His company, Thoroughbred Breeders Finance Corporation, is one of the biggest buyers of yearlings, buying them and leasing them to individuals and syndicates whose credit ratings will stand the strain.
120, 120, and down he goes. Dinner 120, a beautiful colt this. 120, 30, 130.
Its new owner will give it a right-sounding name, but now it's just Lot 14, a colt by Bletchingley, out of Lesson, one of the prizes of this year's crop from New Haven Park.
Done in 150, 150, 150 on the left there. 150, you'll buy him. Last chance. Done. Thank you, Roy Bissett. Thank you. Good luck to you, Bart. Well bought. Mr. J.B. Cummings, the buyer.
If you're Bart Cummings, paying $150,000 for a horse is no longer a novelty. But how accurately does the price paid here reflect future performance?
Well, an auction sale is a gathering of the best judges in the land, and it's their opinion what makes the top price. So if the best judges are wrong, well, they're wrong, aren't they? But if money bought the best horse, well, I suppose the wealthiest people in the world would own them. The King and the Robert Shankses and the Inglehards of the world, well, actually, we all know they don't.
In fact, the richest buyers with the smartest advice can make the most spectacular mistakes. This horse, Paint the Stars, is the sort of mistake only the super rich are able to make. As a yearling in the 1981 Sydney sale, he was bought by Robert Holmes at Court for $825,000. It was the highest price ever paid for a yearling in Australia. The outlook was that Robert Holmes at Court's new horse would win a number of top races, then retire to stud and command a large service fee. It met all the criteria, except one. At his first race, a midweek meeting in Melbourne, Paint the Stars was still running when the others had finished. He was last by 100 yards. In his entire short racing career, he recouped for the owner, who had paid $825,000, the rather smaller amount of $600. But if you can lose money so readily with the best advice, how much good is the best advice? Michael Sicilian.
Because there are so many intangibles, I think a lot of people take the view that it doesn't matter whether you go to an expert or just have the fun of picking it yourself, because the experts haven't got much more chance of picking the goods than you have. But for some extraordinary reason, a lot of people do tend to approach the whole business in a far less professional way than they'd approach their own business.
What happens to people like that?
Generally, they don't stay in the industry that long.
They lose.
They lose.
5,000. A Century filly and a beauty. 5,000. 5,000 and down sheep 6,000.
Countrywide has examined the racing records of the 20 top-priced yearlings from each of the 1979, 1980 and 1981 Sydney Easter sales. Those 60 horses cost a total of $8,779,000. They have since won a total of only $567,000. Of the 60, almost half have never won a race. 20 were either unplaced or simply have not merited a start. The average cost of those 60 top-priced yearlings was $146,300. And the average return for each, just $9,455. And the casual owner has little prospect of improving those disastrous averages.
There's no value to be gained out of increasing prize money, because most of the prize money goes to the very successful owners and trainers, people like Bart Cummings, Tommy Smith, Colin Hayes. Now, they will get a group of horses, they'll come into their stable. They have the opportunity then of finding which is good and which is bad, and then they just tell the owners of the bad horses to take their horses away. So they are left with the good horses. The owner, I don't know what he does, he gives his to a smaller trainer, and then finally the horse disappears, and like 75% of race horses do. They just disappear off the face of the earth. Perhaps some of them even get to the knackery.
They do not, of course, disappear, and not all of them go to the knackery. They become show jumpers, or the pets of suburban girls, or country hacks. Or, like the horse which used to be called Iago, they join the police force. His short career as a racehorse ended as a 2-year-old, when the pressure proved too much for such a young horse. He fell in the 1974 Golden Slipper, and now he's here. The band plays Waltzing Matilda, and Iago, now known as Boss, takes his place in the front rank, leading the veterans of Australia's wars in the Anzac Day March. A third of the police horses in New South Wales are failed racehorses. There's something about their aristocratic bearing that makes them right for this job. And they come as gifts, their owners presumably glad to find a home and a purpose for such beautiful but costly animals. The advice of the horse experts is that if you think of buying a horse, it's best to expect to lose. Don't regard it as an investment. The prices paid for yearlings have ceased to have a direct relation to the likely return. High prices have become an end in themselves, pushed up at the auctions by the same international businessmen, the same famous names, which can, through their breeding interests, supply the demand they create.
You may say, well, they're doing this for the good of racing, but I don't think anyone's particularly interested in the good of racing. They're interested only in making a profit, and there must be a profit to be gained by the purchase of high-quality stock. It's like a little like the art market. If you you can force up the prices of the masters and they become particularly valuable, but the sort of painting you and I might do is completely worthless. But the point is you push up the value of the masters, and in this case they push up the value of the high-class thoroughbreds. They're building a small elite set of horses which people will pay astronomical amounts to purchase.
Why do people buy yearlings? What's the attraction about owning a racehorse?
Well, there's a tremendous euphoria about racing. When someone wins a race, there's great excitement. They all adjourn to the champagne bar, and then their friends begin to think perhaps we ought to buy a horse. And then they like the thrill of the colours, and it's different from owning, say, share script, because you can own a horse which is quite a beautiful animal, and shining chestnuts, blacks, browns, they're very exciting, particularly to ladies who urge their husbands to buy, and so everyone's carried off in the general euphoria of buying a horse.
These people are part of a syndicate, which a year and a half ago bought a filly they've named Tumbledown Rain. Today is to be her second start, midweek at Hawkesbury. The owners are a strapper, an accountant, a shearer, his wife, a schoolteacher. What did the horse cost you to buy?
Just under $4,000. It was at the auctions, just under $4,000.
You bought a yearling?
Yep.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
That was January last year, so we've had it just over a year.
In that year, how much has it cost the syndicate?
Sure, I think about $10,000 or $12,000. Yeah, that's including the purchase price.
Yeah. And what's his performance been? How's he gone?
Well, this is a third run today. She ran second at a second start last week, so...
We're hoping she'll win today.
Yeah, early days, yes. Everyone says she'll go with.
Tumbledown Rain's got room to go through in the centre, and they were followed by Two Rail Lad. 200 to go now, and Ola Mary just the leader from Tumbledown Rain to Rail
The day
Lad.
you buy, you start practising a golden slipper speech, but you don't really ever expect to use it, but you hope you will.
Two Rail Lad has got it now on the outside, and Two Rail Lad has won. Two Rail Lad wins about a short neck from Ola Mary. Tumbledown Rain's probably run the third, Supremotion fourth, then Wild and Woolly called it now to lead that line.
What will you win from that?
A couple $200.
Is it something like playing a poker machine that a small prize like that can encourage you to keep on?
Skill involved, mate.
I don't think you come to win $200.
You've got to study your breeding. You've got these fellows are professional trainers, you know, so there's a bit of skill involved.
But can you go on sort of putting money in if you're not getting anything back?
Oh yeah, it's more exciting than a poker machine. I mean, that's a live animal out there. It's not spinning wheels. She kisses us back when we kiss her.
Rehearse though he might, Mark O'Donoghue won't be making the winning owner's speech at the Golden Slipper. Not on this horse anyway. It's only an hour's drive from Hawkesbury to Rose Hill, but it's a giant leap to the other end of the racing world.
From Vite display now, then came Inspired Street Cafe, and there followed after a gap then by County Kiosk from Making Gown, Royal Troubadour, and then came Machinist Gems there, Birdie, Slick Draw, Well Taken, and the Spirit of Kingston, Brass Dancer, and the Radiator has dropped out last. Big choice, soon after Vite display on the outside, raced up to hit the lead, and it shows out from the right, and here comes Inspired down the outside.
The winner, Inspired, was never offered as a yearling. His owners bred him. He's got nowhere else much to go either, apart from another race, another track. Not for him, success at the stud, for he was gelded. He'd go faster that way.
Good on you, John.
And the horse that came second should have come nowhere at all. The experts rated her chances at 330 to 1.
Can I ask you how you feel now?
I'm just about as I'd won the jolly thing. I'm so thrilled with that.
But that's racing. That report was produced by Martin Goddard. When we put steaks on the barbecue or savour them on the dinner plate,
coming in now. This is fight over. Looking a little more relaxed at the moment. Jockey Octavio Vergara. Number 3 will be Gate Dancer. Now let's see how he's acting. Well, up to here, he's okay. Angel Cordero, of course, number 4, Taylor Special, with the great Bill Shoemaker. Cordero and Shoemaker next to each other. Here comes Swale with yet another great rider, Lafitte Pinkai Jr. Had never won the Derby till 2 weeks ago. Has never won the Preakness. Number 6, Pine Circle. Mike Smith is 18 years old, his rider. Never been east before. Here comes number 7, Wind Flyer. Now I think it's time to go up high to the man who will call the race for us, Dave Johnson. Dave?
A lot of questions to be answered, Jim, in the next few moments. Can Swale continue his march to the Triple Crown? And what about Angel Cordero? Can he get Gate Dancer to dance out of the gate in fashion and then keep him out of trouble through the lane? And can the lightly raced Play On do it this afternoon? We'll have all those answers in just about 2 minutes. The last horse is in line, and we're ready for the start of the Preakness 1984. And they're off. Pack Soldier on the inside, veered to the left at the start. Fight Over charges up on the outside. It's Raj's Shark. Swale is right there with the early leaders, as is Taylor Special. 4 of them across the track as they pass the stands for the first time. Now Fight Over takes the lead. Swale is in second. Raj's Shark on the outside third. And Taylor Special, who got squeezed back a bit through the stretch the first time, is now tucked in at the rail, racing fourth. On the outside, that's Play On in 5th position by a length and a half. Gate Dancer is 6th and gaining a bit on the inside. 2 back, it's Pack Soldier racing 7th, and a gap of 2 lengths to Windfire 8th. 5 back to the trailers SS Hot Sauce, and Pine Circle is last. They continue down the backstretch in the first quarter in a very quick 22 and 2. Half mile in 45 and 1. They're smoking, and it's now Fight Over in command by 2 lengths. Taylor Special advancing on the inside, takes second by a head. Swale is third, and there goes Gate Dancer with a bold move on the inside. Gate Dancer up to be third at the rail. Now around the far turn. Fight Over leads it ahead. On the outside, Taylor Special. Swale is on the outside third. Gate Dancer gaining a bit on the inside. Midway around the turn, Fight Over has the lead by a length. Gate Dancer charging through. Now between horses is in second, with Taylor Special racing third. Swale back to fourth as they straighten away in the lane. Gate Dancer on the outside to the front. Fight Over is second. On the inside, here comes Play On along with Pine Circle, and down the stretch they come. It's Gate Dancer showing the way by 2. Fight Over on the outside second. Play On gaining with every stride at the rail, and here's the finish. It's Gate Dancer with Angel Cordero Jr., the winner by a length and a quarter. Play On came from far back to grab the second spot. 4 lengths farther back. It's a photo for the show. And the time, yes, a new track record, 1 minute 53 and 3/5 seconds.
Great. Well, there you see the unofficial winner of the Preakness Stakes. The horse that many people had a few laughs over, with the strange apparatus that he wears, the shadow roll and the blinkers and the earmuffs. He may not even hear the roar of the crowd, although it's all for him now. Gate Dancer given a marvelous ride by Angel Cordero Jr. Took him on the rail for a while, then moved between horses, back to the rail, and has unofficially won the Preakness Stakes. Let's have another look now at the run down the stretch. Gate Dancer, trained by Jack Van Berg, owned by Kenneth Upstein out of the Midwest. A beautifully run race for a new track record of Pimlico. So they had a new track record in the previous race for a mile and 16th, and now for a mile and 3/16. Let's take a look at ABC's new super sharp slow motion. Just as slow as the previous slow motion, but very clear. Here they are starting down the stretch. Jack, you can join me on this one. There's Gate Dancer, as you see, on the outside with the purple earmuffs. And Fight Over just inside of the gray horse. Swale is beaten, you can see, in the gold silks of Claiborne. Several lengths behind already.
Now watch Play On make his move on the outside, and probably being everybody's favorite for the Belmont at this moment.
Play On will be number 10. But you see Fight Over drifting to the outside here. Had been battling for the lead. Taylor Special is 4th, Swale is 5th. And look at number 10, that's Play On, ridden by Jean-Luc Somin, who was lathering before the race, but sure looking good at this point. And Jack, as you said before we came back on here, you got to look at that horse for the Belmont Stakes at a mile and a half. But Gate Dancer is the horse for the Preakness. There will be no Triple Crown winner in this year of 1984. There's Play On second, there is Fight Over third, and number 4, Taylor Special, finishing 4th. Another look at Gate Dancer. 1:53 and 3/5. Boy, it has been a swift afternoon at Old Hilltop. Okay, now back up to you, Howard.
Thank you very much, Jim. An absolute shocker and still another tremendous victory for maybe the greatest athlete in all the world on hill, Cordero Jr. What a ride. Now quickly to the unofficial order of finish. Remember, these results are not official yet. The winner, as you were told, Gate Dancer. And in second place, and what a pity about Taylor's Special. For a time I thought he could make it, but Billy Turner's horse Play On came on. And so, Fight Over had the early speed, as John Paracella had suggested. And the winning time, a new official track record, but I go with Jack Whitaker. 153.3 is a fifth of a second off of Secretariat. We'll be back.
Bernie R. So that was...
Well, Bernard had the rugby gear on today. Did you notice that? Ballymore gear on?
Yes.
The double pockets and the woolen tie and
the leather. The leather
on the patchwork, yeah.
Well, he borrowed it from Frank before he went away. So we've got the...
big day yesterday at Eagle Farm, Bart.
Yes, we'll get round to it in a minute. It was a very big day at Eagle Farm yesterday, Oaks Day, and Lightning Handicap. Unfortunately, the track was a little rain affected, and as a guide to the big meetings coming up, I don't know that there was a lot to come out of yesterday's program. The Lightning was won by the Dolby sprinter Sir Pellinor, a last start winner at the Dolby Picnic, so we can't work out whether that's great form from the Dolby Picnics or a little bit of a washout as far as an Elders Handicap guide, but we'll see that a little later. The opening race was the Daihatsu Stakes, and a feature of yesterday's meeting was the riding of Gary Palmer, who landed a winning treble. And this was the first. Toyd, starting at 5-2, defeated Secret Bay and Who's Calling, who dead heated for second. Secret Bay, the favourite at 5-4, had every chance, but I feel that he's worth another chance because he may not have been suited on yesterday's track. That's Toyd in the blue colours, second on the turn out of the straight. Palmer taking a nice sit just off the speed.
Quentin has now taken Red Mountain to the lead. Red Mountain a couple of lengths in front of Garnet Glory. There's no speed on. Toyd, 3/4 of a length away third. A Match Happy trapped 3 deep at the moment. Brahmaputra's next on the inside. A half length then to Who's Calling, followed by Cafe Call. 3/4 of a length then to Secret Bay, and a break of 2 lengths to Diamond Beau and Lady Ivil's last of all. Running into the back now, 1,400 metres out, and they're just cantering along at the moment. Red Mountain's doing it pretty easily out in front, leads by a neck. Second on the outside is Match Happy, a length away third Garnet Glory, followed by Toyd, who's travelling nicely. Another length and a half to Who's Calling on the outside of Brahmaputra, then Secret Bay. Secret Bay's about 6 lengths off the leader. Cafe Call's next on the rails, and then Diamond Beau and Lady Ivel, just short of 1,200 metres to go. Red Mountain's the leader, a length and a half in front of Match Happy. Garnet Glory's a length away third, and then Toyd. There hasn't been any real change in the order. Brahmaputra next on the inside of Who's Calling, then Secret Bay, who's covering Cafe Call, and together at the rear, Lady Ivel the inside and Diamond Beau. Now Quentin's gone for home on Red Mountain. He's trying to pinch it, and as they go down past the 850, Red Mountain's raced right away from them. He's 4 lengths in front. Toyd now going up into second place, and then Garnet Glory, followed on the outside by Match Happy. Secret Bay's now starting his run. Who's Calling in between horses? Over on the rails, Brahmaputra, then Cafe Call, Lady Ivel and Diamond Beau. 600 metres to go, and he's given the leader a bit of a breather now. Red Mountain a length and a half in front of Toyd as they come to the bend. Secret Bay's raced up into third place on the outside of Garnet Glory. Then Match Happy, Who's Calling, Lady Ivel to the outside, and then Cafe Call. Into the straight, 350 metres left to go. Red Mountain the leader, about to be joined by Toyd on the outside. Secret Bay's under a fair bit of pressure in third place. He's struggling to get to them at the moment. Then Who's Calling, Lady Ivel and Garnet Glory. Toyd's taken the lead, 150 out. Palmer goes for the whip on him now. Red Mountain's kicking again on the inside. Then Secret Bay, followed by Who's Calling. Toyd's in front. Secret Bay's making up ground on the outside. Toyd in front. They're not going to get to him. No, they hit it. Toyd has won it from either Who's Calling or Secret Bay.
You might have noticed there about the 100 metre mark, Toyd just pricked his ears and was inclined to shift ground a little bit. Gary Palmer felt the horse was going to score by 2 to 3 lengths, but apparently shied at the barrier stalls, which had been moved over onto the inside grass. And that, interestingly, is a trend that he showed here last year, so perhaps that's going to be a worrying aspect of his races at Eagle Farm. The second event was the UK Motor Stakes. Gavin Duffy was beaten on the favourite in the first, Secret Bay, but he quickly made amends with a good ride here to score on Dance and Man from Valorous and Definitely Right.
Loriana's going fast at the early stages. Pleasure Lane getting back and pulling very hard. Gold Plate caught wide. Definitely Right getting back to second last, and our Spieler, after beginning nicely, has now drifted back to the rear. Running onto the first bend, heading up towards the 1800. Loriana takes over now. Loriana by a length and a half on Valorous, and Fair Lenore Cannon into Trissaro there. Trissaro hit the running rail, but both recovered quite okay. Trissaro actually running third, fourth of the outside, Fayron, and Pleasure Lane is still pulling the boy out of the saddle at the moment. Dancing Man is next on the inside, and Gold Plate still caught a little bit wide, then Definitely Right now Spielers last. Running into the back, 1,400 metres left to go. Loriana's 2 in front of Valorous. Trissaro a length away third, and Fayron a neck back fourth on the outside, followed by Gold Plate over on the inside, Dancing Man, and then Pleasure Lane, who refuses to settle. The boy standing high in the irons. There's one taking off quickly on the outside. It's our Spieler going up to midfield, and Definitely Right is now last. 1,200 metres left to go. There's not a great deal of ground covering this field, and as they go along the back, the leader, it's Loriana. Loriana leads by a length. Fayron now moving up into second place on the outside. Valorous is a handy third, and Trissaro is fourth on the rails, and then Dancing Man, Pleasure Lane, followed by our Spieler, who's a bit wide. Definitely Right saving every inch of ground over on the inside, and Gold Plate's a length off last. 850 metres left to go, and Loriana joined by Fayron on the outside. Valorous is travelling nicely in third place. Trissaro fourth on the inside. Definitely Right. He's taking all the shortcuts. He's going right up along the inside. Our Spieler's out wide. Dancing Man seemed to lose his position there. Then Pleasure Lane and Gold Plate. 600 metres left to go as they race on towards the home turn. It's Fayron the leader just in front. Loriana's second over on the inside, and our Spieler's going out to join them 3 and 4 deep. And going through in the centre there too is Valorous. And in fact, Valorous has moved up to tackle Fayron as they flatten for the run-in. Fayron just in front of Valorous on the outside. Our Spieler running on fairly well. Trissaro just behind them. Dancing Man is hitting top gear again. He's coming through in the centre, and Definitely Right pulled to the extreme outside. 200 metres to go. Valorous has taken the lead. Here's Dancing Man on the outside. He's going out after Valorous. Dancing Man and Valorous, they're locked together. They're going to fight it out with Dancing Man taking the lead on the outside. Dancing Man's just in front of Valorous. Definitely Right in third place. They hit the line. Dancing Man. Dancing Man has beaten Valorous. Definitely Right third.
Dancing Man scoring there from Valorous, who was equally well ridden by Mel Shoemaker. Third event was the Belfield stud 2-year-old. Went to Gay Burney. She was very widely drawn. You'll notice her in the blue colours with the black cap on the extreme outside, and she's Red Bellet hustles her up to be a good fourth on settling down, and she always looked the winner in the straight. 2 well-back disappointments, Canada and Madame Briar.
And Madame Briar, she's flying up into second place on the outside now, followed by Gay Burney, and then Troubles, Bank Coin, Mona Star, Muted. Diamond Ruth, after beginning nicely, drifting back to worse than midfield, and then Royal Tiffany, Capnos, out of feet. Canada's next on the inside of Battle's Wake, another length and a half to Bell Shadow, who's getting well back with Marta, then Vite Meow, and Silver Blitz is last of all. There's plenty of pace on, 800 metres to go. Vice Master a length and a half in front of Madame Briar, who's going keenly in second place. Bay Steel third, inside of Gay Burney, then Bank Coin, Troubles. Muted next on the inside, a break to Mona Star, Royal Tiffany, Diamond Ruth. Canada starting to pick up ground, but giving the leaders a long start. Then Battle's Wake, Capnos, Bell Shadow, Out of feet, Silver Blitz, Vite Meow, and Marta's last. On the home turn, 450 metres left to go, and the leader, Vice Master. Vice Master's a length and a half in front of Madame Briar as they sweep around the home turn. Gay Burney's running on gamely on the outside. Bay Steel now starting a run. Bank Coin to the outside, and then Troubles and Battles Wake. Madame Briar loomed up to go to the lead, but she's tackled immediately by Gay Burney on the outside. 200 metres to go, and Gay Burney's gone to the front. Bank Coin running on gamely. Then Madame Briar, Vice Master, Mona Star, Canada making up ground. Gay Burney's in front. He leads by a length. Bank Coin trying very hard, but Gay Burney's in front, drawing to the line. He's going to be too good. Gay Burney, they hit it. Yes, he's just won it, Gay Burney. Gay Burney's beaten Bank Coin. Mona Star third.
Mick Dittman's Mount Canada didn't have a lot of room in the straight, and I think his effort could be overlooked. Fourth event was the Queensland Oaks, the highlight of the meeting yesterday, and Look Aloft, beautifully ridden by Gary Palmer, was able to wear down the Sydney filly La Cassiere in the final stages. Very patient ride here by Palmer. He allowed the filly to settle back near the tail of the field, and only made his move in the straight when he was able to go after La Cassiere inside the 200 metres.
On the outside with Silver Dame. Bel Alcazar is getting back. La Cassiere about second last, and Grey Blessing on the inside is last. There's no speed on as they run up to the winning post the first time, and Amazing Gold has taken over now. She's raced away from them. She's 2 lengths in front, but she's immediately put back on the bit. And Amazing Gold starting to slow up in front, leads by a length and a half. Karioi moving up at a second place on the outside. String of Pearls is third on the inside, then Bel Alcazar, Silver Dame in the centre. Look Aloft is over on the inside, then La Cassiere, and Grey Blessings last. Heading up towards the 1800, and they're just dawdling along at the moment. Amazing Gold is the leader. Karioi second, a neck away on the outside, but Willits is about to take it to the lead by the looks of it. String of Pearls is a length and a half away third on the inside of Silver Dame, and trapped out 3 wide is Bel Alcazar. A break of 2 lengths to Look Aloft, and then La Cassiere and Grey Blessing at the rear. 1,600 metres left to go, and Shoemaker's the one to make the move now. He's taken String of Pearls to the lead. It's String of Pearls going to the front, running into the back, just on 1,400 metres to go. Bel Alcazar is running second, and Karioi is ahead away third on the inside. A couple of lengths then to over on the rails, it's Amazing Gold, then Le Casier, getting a fair way back, Look Aloft, and then Grey Blessing, and Silver Dame's up in about 5th place. 1,200 metres left to go. String of Pearls is the leader. String of Pearls by a length and a half on Karioi. A half length away third on the outside is Bel Alcazar, and then Amazing Girl. She's fourth inside of Silver Dame, and then Le Casier. Look Aloft is now coming out, starting a run. And last of all is Grey Blessing. 1,000 metres left to go. String of Pearls the leader, a length in front of Karioi, who's getting a beautiful run in second place. Amazing Gold's 3/4 of a length away third, followed by Bel Alcazar, and then Silver Dame, Le Casier on the outside of Grey Blessing, and Look Aloft is last. As they come down the side, 750 metres left to go. String of Pearls the leader. It's String of Pearls 3/4 of a length in front of Karioi, followed by Bel Alcazar. In the between horses there, Amazing Gold, followed then by Silver Dame, and then Le Casier, Grey Blessing, and Look Aloft still at the rear. As they run on towards the home turn, 400 metres left to go. String of Pearls will straighten up almost a length in front of Karioi on the outside. Amazing Gold running third. Le Casier now popped the big question. She's running on gamely on the outside, and then Look Aloft. String of Pearls still the leader. 250 out. It's String of Pearls getting away from them. Le Casier's hitting top gear on the outside now. Oh, she's running on gamely, and Le Casier loomed up to go to the lead from String of Pearls. Now Look Aloft has popped the big question on the outside. Le Casier in front of String of Pearls. Look Aloft is trying hard. Le Casier in front. Look Aloft is coming out of hard. Close to home, they hit it. Look Aloft. Look Aloft has got up to win it from Le Casier. Look Aloft first. Le Casier second. Third, String of Pearls.
As you could see there, Gary Palmer in sparkling form yesterday, and it was a great ride to land the Oaks on Look Aloft. They were the first four from Eagle Farm. We'll come back after this break and continue our Eagle Farm review. Meeting, very good program set down for Tuesday, when the main event will be the Gold Lager Cup. But the big one is the Prime Minister's Cup on Wednesday, and if we can get a little bit of blue sky and sunshine, we're going to have a bumper crowd down there. And Jim Atkins, the successful Toowoomba trainer, has a very strong hand in the Cup with 3 runners. I caught up with Jim yesterday at Eagle Farm to tell us just how his horses are going at the moment. Jim, you have a very strong hand in the Cup with He's a Warrior, Sovereign Chief and Rock Show. I suppose He's a Warrior is the horse most likely to be suited on the coast track.
Yes, he's a horse that always race up near the lead, but he's drawn a bad alley, Bart.
Yes, well, I suppose you've got to let him use his natural speed and try to overcome that barrier.
Yes, he'll have to do that. He'll have to be up within the first 4 or 5, going out of the straight.
Well, there's been showers around at the coast in the last few days. I don't think you'd mind that too much with He's a Warrior.
No, he won't mind it either with Sovereign Chief or Rock Show. They all like the wet.
Right, well, the other pair, have they done well? They've had Sydney campaigns.
Yes, they've done very well, and I reckon they'll both be hard to beat if they get a run at all at them from the half mile.
You're obviously hoping for plenty of speed on for that pair because they're both back markers.
Yes, plenty of speed on and not having to go so wide from the half mile home.
Away from your trio, have you got a fancy in the Cup?
Oh, I thought Vivacity might be hard to beat.
All right.
The one alley.
Yes, it's a big advantage there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a tremendous advantage.
All right, well, good luck with your team down at the coast.
Thanks, Bart.
Jim Atkins, who has a very strong hand in the Prime Minister's Cup. We'll go back to our Eagle Farm review, and this is the White Lightning and a bolter here, Sir Pellinor, ridden by Peter Cook, defeating Daybreak Lover.
Came out quickly, and there's Jolly Babe spearing through in search of the lead. Going very fast is Erolino and Showjoy in the early stages, and Ramify's going fast with Swift Zephyr near the inside. Anything Tudor drifting back, followed then by Peach Choice on the outside, then Apollo's Flame. Lord Bellin is getting well back in the field. He's a Hayes, one cop to check there, Red Goshawk. Over on the inside, Foreign Interest, he's about 4th last on the inside. Sir Pellinor is picking up ground, and then Tempestuous and On Grand Vitesse around the home turn. 450 metres left to go. Jolly Babe on the outside's just in front of Gunyati. On the outside, running on gamely is Swift Zephyr. Erolino pulled to the extreme outside, and then Showjoy. Anything Tudor's going for a split in the centre, and here comes Daybreak Lover right down the outside with Sir Pellinor. Daybreak Lover loomed up to go to the lead. 200 metres out. Sir Pellinor's out after Daybreak Lover. They're going to fight it out. Daybreak Lover and Sir Pellinor. Sir Pellinor's grabbed the lead. It looks as though it's going to be a boil over. Sir Pellinor in front of Daybreak Lover. They hit the line. Sir Pellinor. Sir Pellinor beat Daybreak Lover. Third, Lord Bellin.
Good win by Sir Pellinor there from Daybreak Lover, whose elders' prospects were enhanced. But I thought, from the elders' point of view, the best performance came from Mick Dittman's mount, Lord Ballina, who made up a ton of ground late, and the 1,400 metres of the big race is going to suit him. Sixth event from Eagle Farm was the Bernhardt Handicap. It went to Concord Stage, who made it 3 in a row and defied an amazing betting drift to 5 to 4 to 9 to 4. Another win here to Gary Palmer.
He's third on the inside. Bucking Rip going to fourth on the outside, and then Gujarat Rake's Pride. Homid getting back with Wellington Road, Silver Hastings and Verminos as last. 1,600 metres to go. Poldermola's pulling his way to the lead on the outside. Poldermola goes to the front now, leads by a length and a half. Avid settling in second place, followed by Bucking Rip and then Concord Stage. He's fourth on the inside. Gujarat next, followed by Silver Hastings, who's going up but a bit wide. Then Homid, Rake's Pride, followed by Wellington Road and Verminos as last. Just short of 1,300 metres to go. Poldermola's the pacemaker. He's a length and a half on Avid. A neck away third on the outside is Bucking Rip, followed by Gujarat and Silver Hastings. And Concord Stage is getting a glorious run. He's about fifth on the inside. A length then to Homid, followed by Rake's Pride and then Wellington Road and Verminos. They're running onto the bend. 1,000 metres left to go. Poldermola's the leader. Now Avid popped off the rails there. He's moved up to within 3/4 of a length of the leader, Poldermola. Bucking Rip is out 3 deep at the moment in third place. Concord Stage is continuing to get this charmed run fourth on the inside, and then Gujarat, Homid, Silver Hastings, followed by Rake's Pride and then Wellington Road and Verminos. Coming down the side, 650 metres out. Poldermola leads by a half length. Now Concord Stage was able to get a run in the centre there, and he's looming up on the outside to tackle the leader, Poldermola, as they run onto the corner. Avid hard-ridden in third place. Bucking Rip hard-ridden in fourth place. Rake's Pride is saving ground. He's going up along the inside, and he looks the main danger to Concord Stage as they flatten for the run-in. 350 metres to go. Palmer riding very confidently. He snuck a look over the shoulder as Concord Stage races away. It's Concord Stage a length and a half in front of Poldermola. Rake's Pride struggling on the outside, and then Bucking Rip, but it's all Concord Stage. He's well clear. 150 to go. He's 2 in front of Poldermola, Rake's Pride and Bucking Rip, and Concord Stage is going to the line. He's getting a little bit tied close to the post, but he's got too big a break up his sleeve. Yes, he got pretty tied close to the post, and Concord Stage wins it by a length. Concord Stage first. Now either Bucking Rip or Rake's Pride into Fado's second and third.
Concord Stage is an entrant for the Prime Minister's Cup. Unfortunately, at this stage, his first emergency and in grave doubt of gaining a start. If he does get a scratching, he's going to be very hard to beat with his handy weight drop. Gary Palmer, winning treble yesterday, as we mentioned, and Palmer in top form is in the top bracket of riders, not only in Queensland, but in Australia. It's great to see him riding with such flair at the moment. We had a chat to Gary after his big day at Eagle Farm yesterday.
Gary, you're successful in 2 of the feature races today. I suppose this race is one of the better meetings for you.
Yes, but this has been a good meeting today.
What about Concord Stage? If he gets a run in the Prime Minister's Cup, I suppose he's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, well, he's only got 15 half. I suppose he's entitled to a penalty now, but he's still going to come in under a nice weight because he carried the 54 today. And his win today was full of promise. He is always going to win with the run he had.
He appeals to me as a horse who's ideally suited to the coast track too. He takes up a position and he'll run out a pretty strong 2,000 metres around that track down there.
Yes, but if he does get a run, he'll always be in the first 4, I think, and he'll probably have a nice run through the race. And he's a horse that when you ask him for something, he will give it to you straight away, and that's the type of horse I think you need for the coast, especially in that race.
Well, you're successful in the Oaks on Look Aloft, and I can reveal that after her run last week, you declared her a good thing in the Oaks.
Yeah, I was quite impressed with the run the other day. Not many people probably would have picked it up on film because she's out of camera range, but she did make up a hell of a lot of ground from the corner home, and she had been over the journey, and well, they were all tipping like Cassier, but when you really go through the form, there's only about a half length between the both of them when they finished in Sydney.
Right, and there wasn't much between them today. Did you think you always could make up the leeway on the Cassier in the straight?
Not really, but it's only probably the last 50 metres, 100 metres. That wasn't the plan to ride her. I went out with the plan to try and ride her and have her sort of wound up from the 800. When you think about the race was one run to suit like Cassier because my horse has got to wind up, and I wasn't able to get her going till well into the straight about the 300 metres, and she's only doing her best work the last 100 metres.
Right, well, if she races again here over the winter, possibly races like the Grand Prix Derby and maybe even the Brisbane Cup, she could be a threat.
Yeah, I just don't know about the Brisbane Cup, but 2 miles, 3-year-old filly, I suppose they get in well with it, but I just got me doubts whether she's a 2-miler.
All right, Gary, well, things going well at the moment. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Bart.
Gary Palmer, who was successful in the Oaks yesterday on Look Aloft. 7th event was the Wadley Welter and Fixed Flush. He really exploded in the straight for Duffy yesterday to give Gavin Duffy a winning double and cement his chances as one of Queensland's best Elders handicap prospects.
The call and Great March getting up into handy spots in the early stages. Grumpy's running about 5th on settling down, but caught a little bit wide. Lord Seaman now getting back with Chief Mate, Star of the Night. Crawford back 3rd last, just behind Uncle Joe, and then Beau Charade, Kiwi Slave, and Chance Always last. As they run up towards the 1,000 metres now, and Report the Call has gone to the lead. Report the Call shows the way. A length in front of Great March and Fixed Flash 3rd on the inside. Then Grumpy, who's beautifully placed 4th on the outside of Fixed Flash. A length and a half to Uncle Joe. Brilliant Beauty 6th on the inside, and then Chief Mate picking up ground in the centre. Further back in the field then came Use the Space, and then Star of the Night. Beau Charade going forward on the outside, and so too is Kiwi Slave. Crawford still back 3rd last with Lord Seaman and Chance Always. Onto the home turn, 500 metres to go. Report the Call just in front of Great March as they run onto the bend. Fixed Flash is working his way clear now. He's coming through in the centre. Great March went a bit wide on the turn into the straight. Grumpy on the outside has popped the big question. Coming home strongly, Uncle Joe, Chief Mate and Brilliant Beauty both going for runs. There's not much room there at the moment. And then Star of the Night. Grumpy's loomed up on the outside of Fixed Flash. They're going stride for stride at the moment. Report the Call in 3rd place. Then Great March and Brilliant Beauty. Duffy said go on Fixed Flash, and he's bounded away from them. Fixed Flash, he's got it shot to pieces. He's scooting to the line to win it by 3 lengths. Fixed Flash first, second. Gee, it's tight. Grumpy in a photo there with Brilliant Beauty.
This was a convincing win to Fixed Flush, but I thought if there was a horse to follow from Eagle Farm yesterday, it was the runner-up there, Grumpy. Very promising 3-year-old. It was his first start since February when he scored at Rose Hill. He's only lightly raced and a very nice type by Vane, and I think that we're going to hear a lot more of him over this winter and later in the year in the south. The final event was the John Power graduation, and Veiled Report was far too strong for the opposition despite 55.5 kilos to score from In the Shadows and Sovereign Patch.
Sovereign Patch and Carnarvon Bridge and King Crew going fast. Veiled Report getting up into about 5th place in the early stages. Swerve is getting back, followed by Todd Victory and In the Shadows back towards the rear. Barbara's Boy about 4th last. Running onto the first bend, 1,000 metres to go, and King Crew's race to the lead now. Scrappy Sally running 2nd. Veiled Report a neck away 3rd. Then Copper Kid, Barbara's Boy, Carnarvon Bridge, followed by Swerve picking up ground. Sovereign Patch in the middle, Montpellier Prince the inside, and then Todd Victory and In the Shadows down the side, 7.50 out, and the leader King Crew a half length in front of Veiled Report, who's pulled his way up into 2nd place on the outside. Barbara's Boy going up quickly now 3rd. Scrappy Sally hard ridden 4th on the inside. Swerve's coming into it. Copper Kid's there in the middle. In the Shadows is now starting a strong run, but he's very wide on the bend, and then Sovereign Patch and Montpellier Prince around the corner, 450 metres to go. Veiled Report loomed up on the outside to vie for the lead with King Crew. They're clear of Copper Kid. Barbara's Boy down the outside, then Swerve, and In the Shadows starting to wind up now. Veiled Report has taken the lead, 2.50 to go. It's Veiled Report in front of King Crew, running on gamely In the Shadows. Copper Kid is under the whip. Veiled Report nicely clear, 1.50 to go. In the Shadows trying hard on the outside, then King Crew and Copper Kid, but Veiled Report in front, and he's got it won, Veiled Report. Veiled Report is clear of In the Shadows, drawing to the line, and Veiled Report's too good for them. Veiled Report first, In the Shadows second. Sovereign Patch flew on the outside to get 3rd.
Never wins by a big margin, Veiled Report, but he keeps winning, and he's going to probably run again in a fortnight and perhaps qualify to run in the Elders Handicap. Disappointment there, Copper Kid. Perhaps he wasn't suited on the rain-affected track yesterday, and we may have to give him another chance. Look now at the double and treble information. The double, 12 and 3, paid $602.10. Pat Welch's treble, 9, 12 and 3, paid $22,639. And the extra double from Eagle Farm, 7 and 2, paid $11.90. One of the interesting riders in Queensland this winter is the ace New Zealand jockey Jimmy Cassidy. Of course, Cassidy best known for his wins on 4 Crowns here in the Brisbane Cup a couple of years ago, and of course that magnificent victory on Kiwi in the Melbourne Cup last year. We had a talk to Jim yesterday about his winter prospects before he takes up a position in Sydney as the stable jockey for the Brian Mayfield Smith stable.
You've had a little bit of bad luck. Your Adelaide Cup runner's gone amiss, gone for fun.
Yes, but they rang this morning and said that he had pulled up sore after his final preparation for the Cup, so I'm not going to Adelaide now.
Well, you'll be concentrating on preparing for the Prime Minister's Cup. You've got a very good ride, Royal Regatta.
Yeah, I was very pleased to get on Royal Regatta. It's another great opportunity to ride for Mr. Bart Cummings, and Compromise didn't travel really 100%, and it just might have been a bit of a rush job to get him ready for the Prime Minister's Cup.
Well, Royal Regatta, you've been riding her track work. How's she going?
Well, in the last couple of days, she's improved out of sight. When she travelled up, they said the flight knocked her a little. But the last 4 or 5 days, she's improved out of sight.
OK, and what other prospects do you have over the winter?
Well, once Compromise gets going, I think he's going to be a big chance in a race like the 4X Cup. I ride a horse called Mr. Trick down at the coast on Tuesday, a New Zealand horse who's got a fair bit of ability, and he might sort of be able to go through the grades while he's here.
And of course, you're wintering in Queensland before you take up your position with the Brian Mayfield Smith stable in Sydney. You're looking forward to that?
Oh, I certainly are. It's a great opportunity and a bit of a challenge also, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Of course, we'll have to mention Kiwi when we talk to Jimmy Cassidy. What's happening with the Great Stay?
Well, I was only speaking back to New Zealand yesterday, and he's out in the paddock at the moment, and he's doing a treat, so hopefully he'll be back next year.
Right, maybe November, Flemington again?
Well, he's got it marked on his calendar. I'll give you the tip.
Good luck, Jim.
Thanks, Bart.
Jimmy Cassidy handles himself just as well off a horse as on. That's all we have in the Brisbane racing segment. Don't forget, of course, next Saturday at Doomben is the Channel 7 Classic. It's going to be a magnificent meeting down there. The station has organised most of the winners skirting close to the outside fence. First event went to Melamber, well back to the home turn, swept to the lead about the 200 metres and just a shade too strong for Tamarin. The favourite Sabre Dancer didn't have a lot of luck at a crucial stage and battles on strongly at the finish.
Tamarin wide out's taken the lead inside the 200. Melamber's coming at her, and the favourites look history. Sabre Dancer can't go any faster. Tamarin joined by Melamber. Melamber boring out on Tamarin, but she's coming away, Melamber. And on the line, Melamber wins it a long neck to Tamarin.
The second event was the Hydrogen Welter, and some good bets landed when Neard scored here. 10s into 6s, right out wide with the red cap and the blinkers. Neard.
And then Neard down the outside, inside the 200. Farewell Chime and Bellini about to be joined by Neard. Neard on the outside is coming home. Great guns. He's put paid to his rivals quickly. Crowded Anchor and Farewell Chime battle out second and third, but Neard wins it well.
Noble Player from the Tommy Smith stable may have earned a trip to Brisbane for the Winter Carnival events when he scored in the Blue Legend Handicap. Wasn't a big margin, length and a quarter, had to be ridden out, but quite convincing.
Entering the stretch at the 250, a Noble Player raced up to Sir Etiquette, and they've raced about 2 clear on Strike at Gold, but Noble Player on the inside and Sir Etiquette stride for stride. Noble Player, he's racing greenly, but he's got Sir Etiquette's measure clear of Strike at Gold, and Noble Player goes to the post to win nicely. Noble Player about a length and a half Sir Etiquette.
Fourth event was the Freckles Handicap, and Lode of Gold and Lunch in Paris looked to have it between them in the straight, but sweeping right down the outside fence came Adam's Comment to score by a half length in a deceptive photo.
The outside and Lode of Gold dispute the lead, a length and a half of Vernier Cindy's Peel. Then Voyage to Venus, Adam's Comment, Rue D'Or on the rails, Lord Romeo pretty deep, and then Twinwood, followed by Relapse, Delta Sun. The challengers back, Stone Motherless last. Around the corner they come, and Lode of Gold on the inside and Lunch in Paris lead about 3 lengths on Rue D'Or. Adam's Comment storming down the outside, inside the 200. Lode of Gold on the inside, just in front of Lunch in Paris. Adam's Comment right down the outside fence. It's Lode of Gold in front. Adam's Comment hitting the outside. Adam's Comment on the outside fence, and on the inside rail we've got Lode of Gold.
Pride of Egypt Handicap, race 5, went to Port Fair, very smart 3-year-old from the Paul Sutherland stable, and he's another probable Brisbane visitor. This is a very convincing win. You'll notice Port Fair circle the field out wide, and he careers away in the straight. Bruce Compton can do no wrong at the moment, and Port Fair is going to winter here in Queensland, and I'm sure acquit himself well.
They straighten up, and Peninsula just leads, but here's Port Fair claiming him in a stride, and Port Fair dashed away from Peninsula and Tulsa Knight. Danegal dropping off, but it's Port Fair coming past the 150 with a winning lead. He's out on the centre of the track, and that's where the better ground is. Port Fair's about 5 clear on Peninsula and Tulsa Knight, and Port Fair absolutely bolts in.
Was Compton again in the 6th event, despite a rather dramatic betting drift. Premier Flight scores here, 7-2 out to 7s. That's him in the lime green colours, and he comes away to defeat Spy and Regal Day.
Spanish Money, Sunset Blessing, and Love in Flight is making heavy weather of it, but Spy comes past the 200. Just the leader from Premier Flight. Regal Day on the inside, clear a Nature Study. Premier Flight having a crack at Spy. Premier Flight raced up to Spy and is doing too well, and despite a big betting drift, she's too good. Premier Flight raced home to win from Spy and Regal Day.
7th event went to Wee Dram. This is one of the few winners to stay on the inside where the going was rated slower. Wee Dram responds to very strong whip riding to defeat Rainbow Reward and Prince Mundo.
Battling on, followed by Wee Dram and Blazing Warrior. Rainbow Reward on the inside, Wee Dram and Prince Mundo, but Wee Dram right up against the inside where the going is worst, but he's ploughing through it like a beauty, and Wee Dram goes on to beat Rainbow Reward.
Louvid led throughout to land the final event. Never seriously threatened in the straight. Parnassus battled on strongly and Ron's Pride made a run from a long way back, but it was always Louvid in the straight.
They've still got to catch Louvid. Louvid the top weight, 2 lengths clear on Folsom, and then Parnassus followed by Ron's Pride. Louvid is getting a little weary, but he's going to hold Parnassus, and on the inside and outside respectively, Folsom and Ron's Pride.
Double and treble information from Warwick Farm yesterday. The double numbers, 4 and 12, paid $426.90, and was a day for big dividends for trebles everywhere. 10, 4 and 12, the treble at Warwick Farm, $2,216 even. We'll take a break now in Sports Scene and come back to look at the Moonee Valley card yesterday. The favourite Oricon looked in real trouble at the home turn in the second event. He sent out a 10-9 on, but he looked a 10-1 chance at the corner with Flogger Bowler dash clear, but in a deceptive finish, Oricon just got there.
Part the Riches out wide on the corner with 400 to go, however, and the leader is Flower Bowler, a length and a half to Oricon. Luskin Road can't go on. Straight Approval's battling on at the head of the others. Reach for the Moon. Flower Bowler clear into the straight. A length to Oricon, who under the whip's coming home well. Flower Bowler in front. Oricon on the outside is gradually getting to it. Flower Bowler about a half length in front, hanging on to the lead. Flower Bowler just in front as they near the line, and Flower Bowler won it. A half head to Oricon. 3 lengths to Sir Les third.
Oricon actually getting the photo there, you might agree, a very, very deceptive photo. Steeplechase was the third. Waikato King always handy, and under hard riding he drew away to defeat Stop and Think by 4 lengths.
Better, a half length to Wainui, 3 to Stop and Think, 3 to Prince of Rhythm, still running on, and then Arcolette. Around the turn, 1 to Jump, and Waikato King looks to have Wainui beaten. He's drawn a length and a half in front. Then Stop and Think running on again, and 2 to Prince of Rhythm. He's coming home like a train, but he might be too late. Waikato King straightened up, 1 to Jump, 2 lengths to Stop and Think, and a length to Wainui, and Prince of Rhythm going for the rails. Waikato King comes to the last 2 in front. He's over it safely from Stop and Think, and the favourites home. Waikato King given a crack with the whip, goes on to win by about 4 lengths. Second, Stop and Think, and neck away third, Prince of Rhythm.
Fourth event was the Moorland Handicap, and Ripper's Dream and Galliola Court had it between them from the home turn. In the end, it was Ripper's Dream just edging away to defeat the favourite Galliola Court.
Dropping back, Perfect Bliss moving up to third, and Up Trump's lost ground when they sprinted and is 2 lengths last. It's Galliola Court and Ripper's Dream together on the turn, 400 out, a length and a half Perfect Bliss under the whip, and 4 lengths away is Up Trumps and El Caprice. Galliola Court just the leader on the turn, Ripper's Dream keeping him at it, and a length and a half Perfect Bliss under the whip. It's Ripper's Dream, might be going better than a Galliola Court, put its head in front, and then came Perfect Bliss. Ripper's Dream just in front, Galliola Court trying hard, but he can't find anything. Ripper's Dream the leader, and Ripper's Dream's going to win it by about a neck to Galliola Court. Perfect Bliss right out wide, might have got third from Up Trumps.
The Glen Burvey Handicap was the fifth. There looked a host of chances in the straight. Northwood Manor had been first to turn for home. He looked as though he was going to be swamped, but somehow or other he managed to hang on by a neck for Miss Trellbar and Fiery Diamond, who ran on very strongly.
Still having a great battle. Northwood Manor got about a half length in front of Roses for You. Smart Little Lady comes off the fence to try and get a run from past the tab. 2 lengths further back is Gilded, and they were followed by Fiery Diamond. Around the turn, Northwood Manor just in front of Roses for You. Smart Little Lady in the clears, called on for its effort now from past the tab, and Gilded flashing home with Miss Trellbar. Northwood Manor just in front, halfway down the straight. On the outside, Gilded coming home hard on the rails, Miss Trellbar, but Northwood Manor in front and wins. Northwood Manor about a head to Miss Trellbar. Fiery Diamond, a phenomenal performance, might have got up for third, just in front of Gilded.
Cold ride there by Craig Dinn, hands and heels to get home on Northwood Manor. Sixth event went to Bellato Boy, switched around the leader's heels just on the turn. He went on to defeat Pride and Air and Malmo.
Bellato Boy sneaking up on the fence, and then Arabian Myth and Malmo, the rest headed by Hug. No confusion under the whip, just led on the corner from Fiery Diamond. Bellato from on the inside to Pride and Air. Bellato now getting out after them, and then San Simon. Verdict can't win. No confusion, just the leader in the straight. Now Bellato Boy coming at it quickly on the outside. Bellato Boy raced to the lead, 100 to go, and he's finishing too well. And Bellato Boy comes away to win it well by about 2 lengths. Close for the Miners. Pride and Air second, and Malmo a nose away third.
Showport was a little easy in the betting for the seventh event, the Faulkner Handicap. But he scores here from Ranger's Son, who made up a ton of territory late in the race to fail by only a
away
neck.
from Bronze Order. Ben's Magic starting to run on. 2 lengths crossing. Ranger's Son hard ridden a long way off the lead. Deneri hopeless. On the turn, 300 to go. Showport's got the measure of Mersey Star. Derive hard ridden coming at them. Proud Sapphire looking for the run from Ben's Magic. Bronze Order trying to get out, but Showport dashed clear from Derive into the straight. Proud Sapphire. Ranger's Son starting to rattle home from nearly last. Showport in front. Derive trying to get to it at the moment. Can't. Showport just the leader. Ranger's Son flying, but Showport in front of Ranger's Son and Showport. One at a neck to Ranger's Son. A mighty performance. Third Derive.
Body blow for the punters with the success of Ohura Holiday in the final event. Very distinctive baldy face, you'll notice in the yellow colours. Sweep up towards the leaders on the home turn. Go on to defeat Game Choice and Outland.
They were followed then on the outside of them, Jungle Love. Lord Mop is back last. Good Rumour's about third last, and they both need a fair bit of luck, although the field is packed. On Cointreau race to the lead at the 400 from Great Actor, Ohura Holiday, Game Choice out wide. They're followed further back in the field then by Outland. Now, Good Rumour's got snookered again, can't win. Lord Mop's pulled out, but giving them a big start. Great Actor led. Ohura Holiday coming at it now from on Cointreau. Wider out is Game Choice, and further back Lord Mop. Good Rumour is dropped out of it, and the leader is Ohura Holiday battling on from Game Choice, and Ohura Holiday's won it. Game Choice second, third would be Outland.
Ohura Holiday scoring there at 16 to 1. That's our Moonee Valley. And the poor man would be a little seedy this morning because the mare was beaten out of her place, which was a great shock. She started long odds on and really looked a class above her rivals, but from an elder's point of view, I don't think it was a disappointing effort because she was forced to race very wide. It was her first run for a month, and she's sure to improve, and the 1,400 metres on the Big Eagle Farm track is going to suit her much better. Anyway, the first event yesterday was the Whitsunday Village Novice. They went to the Mackay-trained Henley Week, who humped 57 kilos here in a pretty impressive performance.
Shortly after the start. Getting well back is Medina Bay with Black and Emo and Mannerborn, and Gay Mime is settling in about 7th place but caught a little bit wide. Noble Jewel going very fast, in fact has raced right away as they go past the 1,000 metre mark. Noble Jewel's about 4 lengths in front of Bartlett, Henley Week third, then Civic Centre and Echoes, followed by Miss Hazard on the outside of Star Aim and nicely placed about 7th on the rails. 2 lengths then to Gay Mime, then Tristram's Destiny in the centre. Smokey's clawed over on the inside, and then Trendy Star, Mannerborn, Black and Emo, No Halo and Medina Bay. As they run onto the bend with about 700 metres to go, Noble Jewel coming back to them pretty quickly, leads by a half length on Bartlett. Henley Weeks a length and a half away third on the inside of Civic Centre, and then Echoes, followed by Miss Hazard, Star Aim, and now cluttered up over on the inside, a length and a half to Gay Mime, who's pushed along a little bit, and then Mannerborn, Tristram's Destiny, then No Halo, Smokey's Clawt, and further back Black and Emo and Medina Bay. Around the bend, 350 metres to go, Noble Jewel about to be joined by Bartlett on the outside, Henley Week running on gamely, Star Aim into the outside, putting in a strong run, then Civic Centre and Gay Mime giving the leaders about 5 lengths, 200 metres to go. Henley Week sprinted up on the outside to go to the lead, but here's Star Aim finishing gamely on the outside. It's Henley Week about a length in front. Star Aim trying very hard to go with Henley Week, but Henley Week's in front, drawing to the line, and Henley Week's too good. Henley Week first, Star Aim second. Now it's close for third between Mannerborn and Smokey's Claw.
Very good performance there by Henley Week under 57 kilos. They're hard to win those novice events with a bit of weight, and I'm sure he's going to go on to better wins. Possibly he'll run in the Rockhampton Newmarket next month. Second event was the 7-tell novice, went to Lord Rees, well ridden by Gavin Duffy to defeat Rich Duke, who made a strong burst along the inside, and I think he's going to be suited by more ground at his next start.
And there's Blythe Boy out about 6 horses deep but running to the front. On settling down, and Blythe Boy's gone to the lead now, to lead by a length on Hasten Jason, Dusty Summer third, then Lord Rees, Rich Duke and Lenora pushing through in the centre, and another one there at Satellite at about 7th place, followed by Sweet Legend on the inside, and then Enfield Princess, Rusty's Pride worse than midfield, Sarah Jim on the inside of Bell Soretto, Hamilton Lad after beginning well, getting well back to third last, and then Art Student and Inner Space. As they run onto the bend, 750 metres to go, Blythe Boys dash right away from them. Blythe Boy 3 lengths in front of Hasten Jason, and neck third Dusty Summer on the rails, 2 to Satellite, 2 to Lord Rees, then Rich Duke followed by Lenora, and then Sweet Legend picking up ground, Enfield Princess, Sarah Gem, Rusty's Pride giving them a long start, Hamilton Lad on the inside, and then Bell Soretto, Art Student and Inner Space. Blythe Boy well clear on the home turn, 350 out, Blythe Boy 3 lengths in front of Hasten Mason Jason. Satellite to the outside. Lord Reese now popped the big question. Sweet Legend running on gamely, and then Rich Duke and Lenora. Blythe Boy in front, but he's starting to stop now. Here's Lord Reese. Oh, the top weight swept up to them on the outside. He's gone straight past the leaders. Lord Reese, he's in front of Rich Duke. Sweet Legend running on pretty well. Duffy now pulls the whip on Lord Reese. He's about a length in front of Rich Duke. They're drawing to the line. Yes, he's too good. He's won it all right, Lord Reese. Lord Reese first, Rich Duke second, third home Satellite.
Shane Scriven beaten on Rich Duke there, finishing second to Lord Reese, but it was a gem of a ride and deserved a better fate. Third event was the Sports Scene 2-year-old, and it went to Prince Frolic, forced to race wide, and I thought this was an effort well above average, and he's going to be hard to beat in the sires next Saturday.
And Captain Lewis accelerating through with Sound Susie near the inside. High Sport going up into about fourth place. On settling down, Bay Steel with the advantage of the inside leads narrowly. Captain Lou running second, third Sound Susie, and going up four wide. High Sport actually running to the lead. Mendham Lad got over pretty easily. He's about 3 off the rails at the moment. Hot Satin next on the inside of Klinger and Gay Burney, and then Prince Frolic, who's caught a little bit wide, a length to Bank Coin. Lady Priana getting back on the inside of Silver Blitz and Tristark, then Sir Palomar, and Indian Uprising next to last with Marta. As they come down the side, 650 metres to go. High Sport doing it easily, just in front of Mendham Lad. Captain Lou 2 lengths away third. Bay Steel a half length away fourth, and then Sound Susie. Prince Frolic's now starting a strong run on the outside of Klinger, and then Gay Burney. Hot Satin on the rails, followed by Bank Coin and Lady Priana with Tristark. Around the home turn, 400 metres to go. High Sport and Mendham Lad together as they flatten for the run in. Captain Lou in third place. Prince Frolic to the outside, making up ground pretty quickly now. Then Sound Susie and Bay Steel. He's gone for home now on High Sport. High Sport 2 in front of Prince Frolic, who's rattling home on the outside. He's coming hard now, Prince Frolic. High Sport in front. Prince Frolic's going out after him. They've got it between them. In fact, Prince Frolic swept to the lead with 50 yards to go, and he's got it shot to pieces. Prince Frolic's too good for High Sport in the run home, and Prince Frolic goes on to beat High Sport. Third, Gay Burney.
Impressive performance there from Prince Frolic, and the extra distance of the sires and the bigger track next week is going to suit him. Fourth event was the 7 National News Handicap, and Hasty Harry, under his lightweight, outstayed Lord Bijou and the New Zealander My O'Leen, who was a little slowly away, but beautifully ridden by Peter Johnson after that, so that nullified the slow getaway. That's her in the green cap, just about midfield on the fence.
Getting over towards the inside, My O'Leen in the early stages with Wellington Road, Hasty Harry, and Gujarat now drops out last. Coming down the straight the first time, and Pangold has taken the lead. Pangold's a length and a half in front of Sharona, and Lord Bijou pulling a little bit in third place, followed by Podamola fourth on the inside, and then Bugging Rep. Smoky Babylon caught a little bit wide. My O'Leen going up along the inside. A length into Wellington Road, followed by Grey Zone, Hasty Harry, and Gujarat as last. Heading up the Nudgee Road side now, 1,600 metres left to go. And the leader, Pangold, he's a length and a half in front. Sharona running second. Podamola a length away third on the inside. And then Lord Bijou, who's settled a lot better now. He's fourth. He's racing on the outside of Bucking Rep. A length into Smoky Babylon, followed by My O'Leen, and then Wellington Road, Hasty Harry. Then Gujarat, and Grey Zone's down towards the rear. Heading into the back now, 1,200 metres left to go. And the leader, Pangold, 3/4 of a length in front of Sharona. Podamola third on the inside, and then Lord Bijou, Bucking Rep. Followed then by Smoky Babylon, and there's Gujarat making a quick dash on the outside. He's going up very fast. My O'Leen's next on the rails, then Wellington Road. Dittman taking off now on Wellington Road. He's winding him up as well. Then Grey Zone and Hasty Harry. 1,000 metres left to go. And moving up in the centre, Sharona's poked the nose in front of Pangold, but they're joined on the outside by Gujarat. Then Podamola fourth on the inside. Wellington Road a bit wide. Splitting horses in the centre, Lord Bijou. Over on the inside, Bucking Rip, and then My O'Leen, who's now off the rails, starting a run. Then Smoky Babylon, Hasty Harry, and Grey Zone. Gujarat's taken the lead. 600 metres to go. Gujarat about a length in front of Sharona. Podamola now in third place, running on fairly well. Then Wellington Road and Lord Bijou in the centre, followed by My O'Leen, and then Hasty Harry, who's picking up ground, and then Bucking Rip. Around the home turn, 350 metres to go. And the leader, Gujarat, he's just in front of Podamola. Lord Bijou joining in 3 wide. 4 wide is Wellington Road. 5 wide, Hasty Harry. And My O'Leen is switching back to the inside, and she's getting a glorious run on the rails. She's burst through to join Lord Bijou. My O'Leen and Lord Bijou, and Hasty Harry's coming at the pair of them. He's going to beat the lot of them, Hasty Harry. He's swamping them on the outside, and Hasty Harry's taken the lead, and he races away close to home. Hasty Harry goes on to win it pretty easily. Hasty Harry first, tight second and third, Lord Bijou or My O'Leen.
Hasty Harry, too solid on the day for Lord Bijou and My O'Leen. We'll show you the slow-mo just after they make the home turn. You'll notice Peter Johnson cleverly pushes My O'Leen back towards the inside. That's her with the breastplate, the green cap coming through on the inside of the grey Gujarat. Outside the grey is Polar Molar. Lord Bijou with Cook going for the whip is 4 wide, and out further on the track is Wellington Road, and right on the outside Hasty Harry. That's Myoline, hard ridden by Johnson. He has got to move on there. Lord Bijou and Hasty Harry's coming very quickly. Yes, Hasty Harry made it. It was a nice slow-mo. Hasty Harry scoring there. He's going to run in the Brisbane Cup and possibly in the O'Shea Stakes next Saturday before that. We'll take a break now and then come back after that break and have a look at racing. Channel 7 Classic, and victory again to the Victorian Vite Cheval. Nicely ridden by Kevin Mitchell, who brought him with a well-timed run in the straight to edge out Port Fair in a rather deceptive finish. There were excuses offered for Port Fair. He was struck over the head accidentally with the whip in the straight. We'll show you the slow motion, but this is the full race from the start. Vite Cheval settles about midfield. That's him in the red cap, just moving over about 3 off the fence, and on his inside is Port Fair, the eventual runner-up.
Rock and Remus Old Currency getting back with Thracian. A Man of Mystery immediately drops to the rear at the winning post the first time, and Duffy has taken Riverdale to the lead, leads by a half-length. String of Pearls running second, Gallant Royale a length away third, then Stenmark and Bring Home in the centre. Pleasant Star trap 4 wide at the moment. Port Fair over on the inside of Vite Cheval, followed then by Plain Nonsense, getting back Rock and Remus, and then Tuba Rose. Further back Old Currency. Next on the inside is Triflow, and then Nansen Thracian, and Man of Mystery's last. Heading towards the back, and Dittman didn't want to sit out wide on the track, so he's let Pleasant Star race to the lead now. Pleasant Star put back on the steel, leads by a length and a half. Riverdale running second, and Gallant Royale third on the outside. A break of 2 lengths to Stenmark, who's covered there by Plain Nonsense, and String of Pearls in the centre. A length to Bring Home. Port Fair has settled beautifully on the inside of Vite Cheval, and then Rock and Remus, Triflow, Tuba Rose, and then Old Currency. Back along the inside is Thracian. Further back in the field then came Nansen and Man of Mystery's last. 850 metres left to go. Pleasant Star's the leader. He's doing it pretty easily at the moment. He leads by a length on Gallant Royale, Riverdale third, and then Plain Nonsense, String of Pearls, Stenmark, then Bring Home. Vite Cheval is now starting his run. Port Fair next on the rails, then Rock and Remus. Further back came Triflow, Tuba Rose, then Old Currency, then Nansen. Back second last is Thracian and Man of Mystery at the rear. They come towards the home turn, and the leader, it's Pleasant Star, a half length in front of Riverdale. String of Pearls third, then Bring Home, Gallant Royale under pressure. Vite Cheval on the outside, making up ground. Stenmark, and then Port Fair. Pleasant Star in front, flattening for the run in. Here's Riverdale with a big run on the outside. Bring Home joining in quickly, then String of Pearls and Port Fair coming through in the centre, and now little Vite Cheval to the extreme outside. He's rattling home. Riverdale has taken the lead. Vite Cheval is coming at him hard. Port Fair in the centre. Vite Cheval, Port Fair and Riverdale. Port Fair's grabbed the lead close to home. They hit it. Gee, it's close. This is close between Port Fair and Vite Cheval. It could go either way. Rock and Remus flew on the outside. He's in a photo with Riverdale and String of Pearl.
Centimetres in that finish, but the judge going for Vite Cheval, the heavily backed favourite, over Port Fair. Now we'll pick them up just after they make the home turn, and we'll notice Vite Cheval out deep on the track, sprints quickly to go to the lead. That's him in the red cap and the little star on his head. Now inside him is Bring Home, ridden by Jim Cassidy. You'll see him go for the whip in the right hand. Now Port Fair coming on his inside, gets hit twice. See his head just turns twice there. It just cost him enough momentum to make the difference of that centimetres at the finish. That's Vite Cheval on the outside, Port Fair coming through. Riverdale's actually still in front on the inside. Just behind him, one off the fence, is String of Pearls. But here's Vite Cheval with a bulldog-like run on the outside, holding off Port Fair, who looks a type going to be suited by Eagle Farm. He's a strong stayer, but Vite Cheval just too good on the day under the set weight conditions, 2,020 metres around Doomben. It's going to be interesting, the Grand Prix next week, if Vite Cheval does line up. At this stage it's doubtful. He'll either go into the Derby on Saturday week or perhaps even be freshened up to run in the Elders Handicap against the older sprinters. But Port Fair is the one I think you should watch next week in the Grand Prix. Sixth event was the Jumbuck Flying. Now this is Emancipation. She was awkwardly drawn at the start, and she was really never closer than 4 and 5 wide. But Princess Tybee, the eventual winner, going through on the inside. She takes up second place. Now Emancipation is the grey midfield.
In the early stages, running through to be second, then draw the line top fella, Royal Crest getting back with Cusack. On settling down, there's not a great deal of speed on. They've got 8.50 to go. Prince Harvey's the leader, a length and a half in front of Princess Tiber. Connor's Empire, a length and a half away third. Then Cardi Star, followed by Top Fella. They've got Emancipation Trap very wide. She's 3 and 4 deep coming down the side. Draw the line just inside of the champion, followed by Royal Crest and Cusack's last. as they come down past the 550 and the lead of Prince Harvey. He's about a neck in front of Princess Tiber. 2 lengths away third is Connor's Empire, who's caught wide. Top fella over on the inside, and then Carly Star. Emancipation, she's never been on the track. She's about 6 deep as they swing around the corner, and she's about 6 lengths off the leader. Princess Tiber loomed up to go to the lead from Prince Harvey, who's fighting on. Top fella running third. Here she comes now, Emancipation. She's starting a run, but Princess Tiber's taken the lead. Princess Tiber's just in front of Prince Harvey, followed by Royal Crest, and then top fella Emancipation can't win it, I don't think. It's Princess Tiber just in front of Prince Harvey. They hit the line. Royal Crest flew at the end. Oh, gee, it's a great three-way go. Three-way go, this one between Princess Tiber, Prince Harvey, and right between them there, Royal Crest.
Desperate ride there by Neil Williams to lift Princess Tiber home from Prince Harvey, and an eye-catching third from Royal Crest. And Emancipation, beaten but not disgraced. Forced to race very wide and under the big weight, and she's inclined to shift in during down the straight. We'll show you now the slow-mo. That's her coming on the outside. You can see that she's inclined to shift in. Now Quinton just switches the whip over to the right hand and gives her 2 or 3 cracks. At this stage, she doesn't appear to be doing much, but right on the line, she was actually going home over the other horses, with the exception of Royal Crest. Beaten only a length and a half. It's Princess Tiber, desperately ridden by Neil Williams, just in front of Prince Harvey, equally hard ridden by Les Harrison. Look at the grey on the line. She's getting to them pretty quickly, and I thought it was quite a pleasing Elders handicap trial, because the added distance and the big track, as I said earlier, is going to be in her favour. 7th event was the State Affair Quality, and the New Zealander Marlon, very impressive performance to score by a head from Uncle Joe, and Roscoe Prince, who's actually the leader there in the blue colours, holding on well for third.
Dancer and Pulitzer Prize began smartly, followed by Vite, who's a little wide running onto the first bend. Marlon midfield now on the outside of Star of the Night, then Honda-Matic Noble Claudius. Coe getting well back with High King and Stripper running into the back, and Some Unit has raced his way to the lead now. He's clear, almost 2 in front. Pulitzer Prize running second. Rascal Prince has settled nicely, a half length away third on the rails, followed then by Vif, who's still caught a little bit wide. Vif is racing on the outside of Haley's Hope, the centre, and Uncle Joe on the inside, a length and a half then to Dashing Dancer, followed by Star of the Night on the inside, 2 to Marlon, and then Honda-Matic Noble Claudius. Coe getting well back. He's third last at the moment, just in advance of Stripper and High King. 850 metres to go. Some Unit has settled okay in front. Some Unit leads by a length and a half. Pulitzer Prize running second. Rascal Prince a half length away third. Then Haley's Hope, Vif. Over on the inside is Uncle Joe, and then Dashing Dancer. Getting well back in the field, Star of the Night, and then Honda-Matic on the outside, Marlon. Further back then came Stripper, starting a run with Coe. Then Noble Claudius and High King onto the home turn, 450 metres out. It's Some Unit the leader. He's a length in front of Pulitzer Prize. Rascal Prince is a neck away third on the inside. Haley's Hope now starting a run. Honda-Matic's going forward quickly on the outside, and just behind them Vif and Marlon. Some Units in front as they flatten for the run home. 300 metres to go. Rascal Prince is tackling him pretty quickly on the outside. Haley's Hope going with Rascal Prince. Uncle Joe getting a run near the inside, and here comes Marlon right down the outside. Marlon coming from nowhere. Haley's Hope just in front. Marlon swamping them on the outside. Uncle Joe's getting up on the rails. They're drawing to the line. They hit it. Oh, pretty close. Another great go. Marlon or Uncle Joe. They're the 2 in it. Marlon the outside. Uncle Joe the rails. In between them, Rascal Prince.
Great finish there with 4 across the track. Marlon under hands and heels riding, just scraping in by a head from Uncle Joe. Now the slow-mo of this, and I thought this was an impressive performance by Marlon. He's here to run in the 4X Cup. He's on the extreme outside in the red cap. Slicing through over near the inside is Uncle Joe. Another good ride by Shane Scriven. He's riding well, but just without a touch of luck at the moment. And on his outside, the horse with the baldy face is Rascal Prince, Haley's Hope, and then right on the outside is Marlon. Willet's content to go hands and heels. The horse inclined to shift in a little bit, but it was a big effort, and I think he's a horse that we're going to hear a lot of during the rest of the winter and perhaps in the spring, and I think he's going to be set for the Auckland Cup at the end of the year back in New Zealand. Final event was the Newsworld graduation. Sunnyvale, the grey on the inside, scoring a very, very big win, and Romantic Red, the horse in pink colour, slowly away, does well to finish third.
Up into third place, Gladius over on the inside, then Chief Warrior Sunnyvale getting back along the rails, then Grand and Happy Romantic Red well back in the early stages, then Crusade Kanga Khan. Blue Sector's back last just behind Sweet Reclaim. There's plenty of speed on, and Expletive is flying out in front, 850 to go. Expletive clear, 2.5 lengths in front of Faunus. Fast Blood's a length away third. Then Gladius, Romantic Red picking up ground quickly in the centre. Grand and Happy going up but wide on the track. Then Niradama. Sunnyvale's midfield on the rails. Then Chief Warrior, Crusade, Kanga Khan. Then Blue Sector and Sweet Reclaim last. The speed starts to slow up a little bit in front. 600 metres to go. Expletive is joined quickly by Fast Blood and Faunus going through in the centre. Grand and Happy in fourth place. Then Gladius, followed by Romantic Red on the outside. Sunnyvale looking for ground. on. She's got nowhere to go at the moment. Niradama to the outside, and then Chief Warrior and Blue Sector as they straighten up. Faunus has kicked away from them. Faunus is 2 in front of Fast Blood. Romantic Red struggling on the outside. Here's Blue Sector with a big run right down the outside, and then Chief Warrior. Faunus in front. Sunnyvale's getting a run over on the inside, coming hard now. Blue Sector down the outside, and then Romantic Red. Sunnyvale's going out after Faunus. She swept up to go to the lead, Sunnyvale, and she's racing away from them close to home. She goes on to win it easy.